Hello, all, and welcome to episode 10 of the Rogue Hunters podcast. I am here with the same three boys, that being Waves,
Hello.
Brian,
Hello.
and myself being the third boy, Snickle. So today, we've got a few topics to discuss, some Sony Santa Monica games, a possible KoToR remake, some trophy topics, or I should say a trophy topic, and then some Hitman 3 info. I do want to note that we do have all of the links to all of our socials down in the description below, so if you want to go follow us over on Twitter or anything, please do that. And also subscribe if you guys like the content, because that will help us get this podcast on other platforms like Spotify and Apple Music in the future. Also, for anything that we discuss in the video, we will leave links for all of the articles, if there are any, in the description below, so you can kind of follow along as we're talking about it. But anyway, with all of that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the games we've been playing this week. As always, do you want to start, Brian?
Yeah, I'll start. Since the last podcast, I got 3 platinums. I got the platinum in Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, Spyro 3, and My Name is Mayo.
Nice.
Yeah.
My name is Mayo, dude.
I've been working on the Spider-Man DLC, almost done with that, so that should be 100% by the weekend.
It's good progress.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brian making the most progress out of any of us.
Yeah, really. My name is Mayo plat, though. Yeah.
Hey, I had to do the series.
That's a banger of a platinum right there.
Hell yeah.
Number 13.
Wait, did you get in the top 50 for fastest achievers?
No. I was at 18 minutes for...
Damn. Did you hook the turbo up?
Yeah, I did.
Damn, people got it done in how the hell people get this game done in 9 minutes? 4 minutes?
Some people got done in 4.
How? What the? They definitely
How do you even
cheating.
do that? Yeah. You gotta have some macro or something.
Dude, even with a macro, a turbo controller is the fastest you can go. Yeah,
maybe.
Unless someone's using remote play like you said, macros to get double clicks. Because can't you do? Because you can use a touchpad for a button, but you can't alternate, can you? Or can you?
I have no clue.
What do you mean alternate?
I think you can press X and the touchpad to alternate which one you're pressing. I don't know if that speeds it up.
I guess I don't know. Actually,
I don't know. I've never tried it.
someone's cheating, and we have to get down to the bottom of it.
Right?
Wasn't there another game where you can do a macro or something if you would do it on?
Yeah, it's I think it's FF7. What's the one with the jump rope minigame? Is that FF7?
I think so.
I have to check that.
Wrong person.
I think it's so hold on. Final.
It's been a while.
There's the only game where remote playing with a macro makes sense. No, I don't know. I don't think it's FF7 because I don't know. It's one of these Final Fantasy games. Oh wait, maybe it is. Hold on.
I remember jump rope. I remember there was the squat and the pull up bar.
There's one of the Final Fantasy games. I don't know which one it is. I'm trying to find right now. There's I think it's 9. So yeah, you can use a macro for this Hail to the King. You have to jump rope 1,000 times without tripping. So yeah. That's fun.
No, I was number 662 for fastest achievers for My Name is Mayo. I made it top 1,000.
Hey, I mean, that's all that matters. So you got the series. You got 2 series done this week. Damn.
No,
technically 3 if you count. Well, no, you can't count Spider-Man. You count Marvel Spider-Man, but you can't count Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I got 2 series done this week actually.
That's crazy. I can't even make progress in one game.
Aren't you close to Spyro getting done or something?
Spyro's done. It's completely done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. That's good. You're doing way more progress than Me or Snickle combined, probably.
Yeah. Combined.
I think I did the math, and I've been doing like 50 to 60 trophies a week and like a platinum a week almost.
Jesus.
Yeah, I have no life.
That's
with
not
just
that's
everything going on.
No.
That's not true.
I'm just lazy, and I've also just been playing the same game for like more than a week now, I think.
Well,
Yeah, I think my rotation, what I've been doing, is working for me. That's why.
yeah,
So
I was just about to say that I think you've kind of found like, because I think the big problem that people have getting games done is they just play things that they don't necessarily like. They're kind of just playing them to play them. Where like,
right.
if you actually play something to like it, or you like what you're playing, like you can't get enough of it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can. I mean, I think you've talked about it like on on my streams, but like you can tell people like what your method that you're using is.
Basically my method. Right now, like I just started this year. I started with Spyro. Basically, I've been getting like 5 trophies in Spyro, and then I go, like every day I'll just get 5 trophies in that game, so I don't really get burnt out. But then I'll go work on a backlog game after I get those 5 trophies if I have like time, and then work on that. And then next day, okay, 5 more trophies in Spyro. Hop on the backlog game, and keep doing. That's what I did with this. And that's how I got Immortal Phoenix Rising on with Spyro 1 and 2. And then Spyro 3, I got Marvel Spider-Man done doing it with that method.
Yeah. I just think...
And then the weekends I've been playing with one of my buddies, and we've just been playing like Borderlands 3, and it's just completely different what I've been playing, and it's just like a good couple hours of just playing for fun, and us just like exploring, and I'm slowly getting trophies in that. I'm not even trying, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I definitely think it comes down to just like enjoying like what you're playing, and not like honestly not pushing yourself through, because there's people like, I mean, man, I hate to always fucking talk about this, but like there's people that will always ask questions about like the new Assassin's Creed games, and they're like, how do you push yourself through to get the platinum or something? Like, this game is boring. And it's like, if you want me to be completely honest, like the sad truth for me is like I do enjoy playing the game. Like I have a sick I have a sick liking of like cleaning up maps and stuff. That's why I really like to do collectibles. That's why I like open world games. Like, I feel like when you're cleaning a map up, you're doing, it's almost like a checklist of things that you have to do. And even if it's a million things, like as long as I'm making progress through it, like I feel good about myself.
Oh yeah. Well, one thing with this account when I made it is just for me to play stuff I just want to play.
Yeah.
Or I have an interest in playing, but I want to finish that though.
Yeah. And I've heard people say all the time, which like I can get it, because it's different than just like putting a game on your list, playing 5 minutes of it, and then like never touching it again. Because I used to do that back in the day all the time when I first started trophy hunting. Like I would buy games, like there's multiple of games that I have where I've done that, like Wet and, you know, Wheelman, like games that I've played for literally like an hour, put it down, never touched it again. And I do intend on going back to it, but there's people nowadays, like back when that happened, this wasn't like a method, but nowadays people will like they'll use like an alternate account, play it to see if they actually like it. And then, and then like if they like it, they'll put it on their main account, which I mean, I guess is okay, but I don't know. I feel like if you have interest to play a game, just play it. Like, just play it, put it on your list, and even if you play it for like 2 hours, whatever, you come back to it in a few years and finish it up. Like, it's not the end of the world.
Exactly. Like, there's a few games that are coming out this year. I'm like, okay, I want to play that. I don't know if I'm going to like them, but I'm going to play it. You know, like, when I started this account, the first game I played was Watch Dogs Legion. Did I end up liking that game? Not really.
Hell no.
But by the end of, I was a fan of Spyro, but by the end of Spyro 3, I was ready to be done with that damn series. It was like, okay, is this done yet? Okay, it's done. And I deleted it as soon as I got the platinum. Made the tweet about it, deleted it off my account.
Yeah.
Or not my account, off my system.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like if you get burnt out from a game, that's totally normal.
Oh yeah.
Like you and Waves are in the same boat now with like Valhalla, where it's just like it was too much to just put like that much time into.
Well, when I started Valhalla, I was playing Fallout 76, Immortals Phoenix Rising, and Ghost of Tsushima. I'm like, all right. So I had to back off and like, all right, I got to do something else with this, and because these open world games are gonna kill me.
Yeah.
My issue with Valhalla was I just felt like I wasn't making any type of progress at all. Even like with the whole getting rid of stuff on the map.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like done, and then it's like I'd be like done with a certain part of the region, and I'm like, oh man, now I gotta do all this other stuff on this other part. And it's like I just felt like there was no, like, I wasn't progressing at all. I wasn't progressing in the story at all. Or
Okay.
I think the way that works, and like a lot of games, like mentally the way it works is you start it and you have there's so much hype behind like playing it the first time that you play it, you're having fun, and then you kind of hit this block in the middle where it's just like you realize that like it's the same thing over and over again, and you literally have to like push through that block. You either put the game down and you stop playing it, you push through, or you put it down and you come back and then you push through. Like I think when you come back to playing that middle block, like there's no, like once you hit it, there's no enjoying it. I feel like almost, unless you have a change of mindset. But then eventually you get so far into a game that you realize that you're so close to being done with it that you start to get excited because you're like, oh, this is about to be over. Like that definitely happened to me when I was playing Valhalla, where like, and I don't really, I wouldn't say it was like, there wasn't, it's not that I didn't enjoy playing the game, because I did enjoy playing the game, but like there was definitely a time where like for a few days I was like, I'm literally running around this map doing collectibles. Like, what am I doing right now? But then it got to a point where like I was so close that I was like, holy shit, I'm about to be done. I just feel like that happens. I had that happen to me really bad when I played Assassin's Creed 4 the first time. I don't know if Waves, you probably played through the story in Assassin's Creed 4, right?
Yeah.
It's like the same thing. You play through the story and you're just like, this is so fucking boring, dude. Like this.
Yeah, but the thing that made Assassin's Creed 4 different was the boat combat.
Well, yeah, you had the boat combat. You know, it was. I to be fair, I mean, I may get hate for this, but I liked the combat from like Assassin's Creed 3 and 4 more than the new one. Like it felt more like realistic, even though you were like invincible. It felt more realistic. It looked better. But I don't know. I kind of had that block with that. But I've played games that are like long platinums where like I've never hit that block, and like I've just wanted to like keep playing. Like SnowRunner was like that. I disappeared the whole fucking summer for that game, and there was not a time that I did not enjoy playing that game.
Like with Spyro, like I really enjoyed 1, 2. I was like, okay, and 3. I was on chat with you last night, Snickle, when I was playing it. I was like, all right, I got my 5 trophies for today. And I'm just sitting there, and I was like, I got 10 trophies left. Should I just finish it or just hop on Spider-Man? You're like, just finish it. I'm like, all right. I just sat down, took me about another hour, and got it done. I'm like, I'm kind of glad I actually did that. I just got out the way.
Yeah, so you can be done with it. That dude, it's like the same thing. I feel like it's like same.
I was getting burnt out so much on it.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same way. Like you have that mentality when you're like paying off like a car or like any sort of like loan. You're paying your same like reoccurring payments, and then it gets to a point where you're like, oh shit, I only have like $2,000 or $5,000 left. I'll just pay the whole lump sum off, and then you just pay the whole thing off. I feel like it's the same way. Like you're so close to getting done the game, just do it. Just get it done.
Exactly. Like right now, Spider-Man's gonna get my attention. You know, like all right, I got 2 trophies left in the City Never Sleeps DLC for the last one, and I just got to do the new game plus. I'll just do that on ultimate difficulty and get those 2 trophies out the way, and the game is done.
How long is the story in that game?
Probably like 30 hours.
How long you say, Waves?
It's probably like 30 hours, just the story long.
But that's with you collecting everything though too. I would say.
Oh.
Because I could fly
story, probably.
I could fly through New Game Plus in about 4 hours. I bet.
The thing, I don't remember if it was a thing in Spider-Man PS4, but I remember Miles Morales, like the thing that kind of made that annoying for the New Game Plus was that you couldn't. There's a lot of there was a lot of cutscenes you could skip, but then there was also a lot of cutscenes that you just couldn't skip at all for no reason.
I think you can skip every cutscene in Spider-Man Remastered. Or I remember the PS4 version. I think you could, because I think I did it on the PS4 back in about a year or so ago, and I think I just skipped every cutscene. But yeah, you're right. Miles Morales, there's only certain cutscenes you could skip, which was stupid. I already seen the story. I don't want to see it again.
It's just like, why?
Yeah. I was doing well, I think you're gonna go to the game soon. But what am I thinking? Ghost of Tsushima.
Mm-hmm.
That was another one when like the New Game Plus came out, and I was like, God, man. Like, I just played this. I gotta play back through. But you can play through the new game. Like, you could go through that in like 10 hours or something.
Yeah, pretty much. Ghost of Tsushima's right. I'm gonna start on that right after Spider-Man. I'll get that off and not the way.
Yeah, because you just have the characters in the New Game Plus, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so you basically got it.
Ghost of Tsushima is like super fast to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what you and Sigma both told me that, because you're max power. I think I'm already like a quarter way done with the story actually.
You put that shit on what's like the story mode difficulty or whatever, and it's like super fast.
Yeah, you can like blow through it. It's you don't have to do like any side quests or anything. You just pay attention to all the main quests and get done.
Yeah, I started the New Game Plus on it a little bit, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm already this far on the first part. All right, cool.
Yeah. Damn. So
Yes,
you've definitely been making progress.
I've been trying
this week. That's good though. That's good.
That's what I've been playing. What about you, Waves?
I've been stuck on the same game for the past 2 weeks. I might get it done this week. Depends on how school and shit is, but
I had to start your back. And
yeah, I started last week. But
I keep getting that.
I've just been playing Persona 5 Royal.
Okay.
And I just want to say something real quick about that game. I was talking to Snickle about it before we started recording.
Mm-hmm.
And this like platinum should be harder than it is, because like there's already in-game achievements, and I feel personally, just from like a completionist standpoint, you should have to get all those like in-game achievements to get the platinum. And it's kind of ridiculous that you don't have to. Because the platinum is, like, ridiculously easy in Persona 5 Royal compared to, like, Persona 5.
Like, I'm looking through the Persona 5 Royal lists that you've been working on. You're close to the platinum. You're, like, 10 trophies? 11?
Yeah, I just gotta beat the story, and then there's, like, certain few things I need to do. But that's literally it. Like, in Persona 5, normal edition, I guess you could call it, or whatever. Okay. You had to, like, get all the social links up to rank 10. You had to, like, beat all the games. You had to read all the books. You had to do a lot of shit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And in Royal, you just gotta beat the game, defeat this one enemy called the Reaper, and then like just do all the new stuff at least once. And then that's it. But like in the game itself, there's like a separate room called the Thieves' Den, and there's these things called awards, and you get these coins where you can buy like concept art and all this other stuff if you do what the award tells you to do. So like one of the awards is to work at a place 30 times or something like that, and then there's like another one for defeating the Reaper 5 times, something like that. But like you don't get any trophies for it, and I feel like you should get a trophy. You should get trophies for that, and that should be like part of the platinum. But that's just me, so I don't know.
I never understood that. There's like a handful of games, like you don't see it too often, but there's like a handful of games where like they have like in-game things that they want you to do, but then they don't have trophies related to it. And it's like, why go through the point of developing that in-game list of basically an in-game checklist of things to do? And then literally you can copy and paste that to some trophies. Like I feel like they're doing more work by like not copying and pasting it like in
Right,
game.
because it's already tracking it for you. So
Yeah, like Yakuza has the 100% completion thing, and
Right.
that gives you a trophy. And I don't know about the new one. I'm guessing you don't have to do the 100% completion list on the new one, seeing how high that percentage is on that platinum.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just dumb. Like, I don't know. I've always looked at trophies like from a completionist kind of standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if there's a checklist like that, then you should have to do all those to get the platinum or whatever.
Well, yeah, I think
right.
the most recent game that we talked about this before this was not on like not on the podcast, but just like personally, was when you were doing the Middle Earth DLC. And remember, we were looking through the trials, and we're like, there's like 10 trials in this game, but they only have a trophy related to 2 of them. Like, why?
And there are DLC ones also.
Yeah, like, why is there not a trophy for like each of the trials or completing all of the trials? Like, why just like these 2 random? They're probably the 2 hardest ones in the DLCs, but like, why just these 2 random trials?
Yeah.
Like, you put the content in the game with like things that you wanted people to do to beat the trial. Like, why not just make a trophy for it? It doesn't seem that difficult. But
yeah, no, it's dumb. I don't understand it personally.
Yeah, but I mean, it sounds like you're enjoying Persona 5 Royal. So
oh yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. There's like I'm gonna nerd out here in a little, but the way you can like do stats and everything has like been revamped because now they have these things called fusion alarms.
Mm-hmm.
So in the game, you get your personas, which are like Pokemon or whatever, and the way you have to fuse them to create stronger personas or create different personas, and the persona that you make by fusing them, they get certain skills that the personas that you did fuse had.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just make some broken ass shit with all that. Like I made this one persona with a whole bunch of boosts and everything for this one element.
Mm-hmm.
So that one persona just with no other buffs does like 2,000 damage. I'm playing it on hard also, so.
Wow.
But yeah, it's fun.
It's fun to break games sometimes.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Do stupid shit. Nice. Well, as long as you're enjoying what you're playing.
Right. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
I forgot how long it is. I'm at 90 hours right now in the game.
I think the guide said like 120.
I think I read somewhere where if you skip all the cutscenes, it can be 70 hours.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're playing a game a first time, why would you like skip through the cutscenes?
Exactly.
Well, it's like technically not my first time, but it's also my first because it's just a like better version of the original.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just been skipping like the ones that I already did in the original, and whenever it's like main story and new content stuff, I never skip that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's good though.
What have you been playing, Snickle?
I've been playing the same thing. I don't know if I started playing this last week. I'm trying to check. We recorded the last podcast. It was on the 19th, right?
You think so? Yeah.
So
Yes.
Yeah, I started this a few days after, I think. Well, I started earning trophies a few days after. I've been playing Hitman Absolution on the PS3.
Nice.
Which I went into this game, so I did the contracts for this, which is the online version, the online portion of this game. Which, by the way, I think I talked about this with Brian one night. That was only supposed to be a temporary shutdown a few years ago, and it's still shut down. So, you know, rest in peace to the Hitman Absolution contract servers. But no, I did the contracts back in like early 2017. This is like when I started doing like multiplayer. This is just like one of the random games that I wanted to play, and I think someone had asked me to do it with them, like Josh or something. So I was like, whatever. So I did those.
The contracts go down like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think they went down in 2018, sometime in
20.
2018. I can actually check, but where am I at? Participate in a contract competition. Yeah, May 2018. But yeah, I did the contracts, and then, you know, when I played it, the contracts literally take like 10 minutes to get done. It's really nothing hard, so you don't really get like a full like grasp of the game. But like going into Absolution, I kind of had this like mindset from hearing from other people that like it was just going to be a bad game and it was going to be annoying and all this. And I mean, I think it's a fun game, but I can see why like people who are fans of like the stealth side of Hitman don't find it to be a fun game, because you can beat the whole game on like the hardest difficulty by playing it like a third person shooter. Like you don't have to stealth at all. And like, and it's an acceptable way to play the game. And I think the other part that really sucks with it is like it comes off as being like an open world game, but it really isn't. There's only a few ways to kind of do your tasks. There's not really there's not like, for like all the kills and everything, there's not like creative ways of like killing your target, like making like something look like an accident or something like that. So it's like very linear, which I found to be like a nice change up for me at the time, which is why I think I like it, because I've been so used to playing all these like open world games that like finally playing some linear games is like, okay, I kind of fuck with this. So needless to say, I've been enjoying it.
I remember, like, when you started that game, you were like, oh man, I don't want to play this because apparently it's really bad or whatever. And then, like, literally a few days later, you're like, so Hitman's Absolution is really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's because like everything that I read and like talking to everyone, like when I talk about like Hitman games, like I will talk about it with Cats every once in a while, because he's like he's one of like the biggest fans of Hitman that I know, and like he kind of has the same mindset. Like, it is just a bad Hitman game, but like I don't think it's a bad game, but it is. I can see why it's a bad Hitman game. It's kind of like AC4. How like AC4 is a good game, but it's a shit Assassin's Creed game. Like, it kind of falls in that like that realm of style of game. But because like the whole like like the way the disguise system works, but like it also doesn't work because you typically, like when you had a disguise in Hitman, it would give you the ability to like access areas that you wouldn't be able to access if you didn't have that disguise. But like the way that it works is like the enemies can be like they can spot you even if you're in a disguise if you get too close to them, which like it makes sense. Like if you were at work and you saw someone that was in work clothes but you didn't like notice their face, you would be like, huh? So like it makes sense, but like it also ruins the whole point of the disguise. That's the whole point of the disguise, is so that you can be disguised so that those people don't recognize you, but they still do. Because that's like a whole like play style of the game. And then like the whole thing of like being able to like access areas, like there's only a few ways in to like do things without going in like guns blazing. So I don't know. I mean, it has the funny, stupid AI that like the new Hitman games have. I think it started with Absolution, because like the AI in all the Hitman games before this, they were like super like serious. They weren't like stupid. If they saw something, they'd be like, oh fuck, and then they start blasting. But like this one, they'll do like stupid shit, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying it. I'm playing through. I should be done the game by now, but my week has also consisted of basically like rebranding my whole YouTube channel. Which I've spent like a lot of time like creating new graphics for like my YouTube channel, like a new like logo, new like thumbnail templates, like a bunch of shit. Like I've been going like all out for no reason at all.
It's been looking real good, like all your new stuff and everything.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it look like it has a little bit of a higher production value, rather than just, you know, throwing an image into Photoshop, putting a text box over a wallpaper and calling it a day.
I like the new trophy image like that you have.
Oh, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
the
It's
platinum
like
trophy.
super. Yeah, it's like super. Reminds me of a lot of your old one from
Yeah,
like 2016.
yeah, it's like basic, but like it's not at the same time. I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm happy with the way it turned out. I mean, my problem was like, I was trying to like, and I do it with like Waves and Brian too. I try to like use other people for like creative purposes, or like to bounce like just like ideas off of. Which like I think the problem with my logo was like I wanted something, but I didn't know what I wanted, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go with this, like back to the basics. So I think it turned out good. I mean, it's unique compared to like other things. Like it is the PS5 image, like platinum image, but like it's different also. So I've been it's been I guess you could say a creative week. And then last night I spent the night finishing up the Zombie Army Trilogy guide. So
Oh, did you end up finishing that?
yeah, Katz and I stayed on and finished it, and then Waves read through.
Oh, nice.
So that's submitted and going through PSNP. But yeah, that's about what my week has consisted of. I'm hoping to finish Hitman Absolution in the upcoming week, and then start on Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, sometime
Very
next
nice.
week. I'm hoping to start that before the next podcast.
Okay.
Let's just say that. I don't know if it'll happen, but let's just say that. So that's what we've been playing. I mean, did you guys tie it in? Like, what are you guys have plans for your upcoming games? I think we kind of hit on that.
Talked about it. Like,
I don't know if I heard Waves, because he was just so caught up
No.
in Persona 5 Royal that he couldn't think about the future.
right.
I think for me, I know I said, what's that game called? Dante's Inferno next?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But, I don't know actually. Let me see how my school schedule is and everything. I think, blah. I don't know. I don't know what game to play next. I've been trying to get on a rotating thing, but every single time I try to, it just ends up not happening. So
Yeah, I feel that. Like, I've been more focused on getting the backlog done. I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, Resident Evil sounds really good right now.
Yeah.
You guys talked me into Tomb Raider earlier. Okay, now Tomb Raider sounds really good. Maybe Sly Cooper. I don't know yet.
I think that's the problem with the, like, that can be the issue with the rotate, is like you're limiting. I mean, for me personally, I do it with just like 2 franchises, but like I guess theoretically you could do the rotate with like 5 franchises if you wanted to. Like you could literally just keep, one to the next, to the next, to the next, and then just roll it back around after.
Yeah,
just
you
like-
could.
it's just for me. There's just like so many games I want to play,
Oh yeah,
and school is
right.
happening, and wow.
yeah. That
Like, I'm trying to focus on games that I have the new sequels coming out this year, too. So I'm like, okay, well, you got Ratchet and Clank, you got Horizon, and now you got Resident Evil 8. I'm like, alright.
Yeah, so that's why I did Persona 5 Royal, because I was like, oh, I want to finish this since next month Persona 5 Strikers comes out.
Oh, okay.
You planned it out. Okay, I see.
Yeah, so I was like, my plan was to finish this game before school started, so I was going to no-lifing it at first, and then I couldn't no-life it anymore.
Yeah.
And then, so I just got to finish that before, I think it's February 19th when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'll definitely finish it before that, but
I think the next new game I actually want to buy is coming out in March. I think it's called Kenya, I believe was the name of it.
Kenya? Like the country?
Yeah, the PS5. That new one that's supposed to be out, I think it's called. I can't remember the exact name of it.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
You know what? I think next game for me will be Resident Evil 3, just because I know it's super easy, so
Yeah.
might as well just get it done.
Yeah, I mean the rotating schedule is like, or the rotating like franchise is like good, but I can see, because I think everyone just gets that itch to play like different games every once in a while.
Yeah,
Which is, like,
and then
good to,
there's
like,
that new
throw 'em in.
game. There's that new game from the Yacht Club guys. The, what was it called? Kenya? Like the country?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. what's it called? The Shovel Knight guys, Cyber Shadow.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Which I like super want to play.
Oh, the game's called Kenya Bridge of Spirits. It's
Is
one
that
of the game's
the girl with the staff
yeah,
or
with the
whatever?
bow. Yeah, or yeah, the staff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that PlayStation showed off at the first PS5 event. Yeah,
I heard one
and
of
then
those
Deathloop
games
comes out in May.
Oh yeah, it looks good.
I heard somewhere that one of those games that got like announced during that
Mm-hmm.
might get canceled soon or something like that because all the workers are leaving the studio because apparently the creative director's like a piece of shit to them or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
jeez.
heard about that too. I don't remember what game it was.
I think it was called Season or something like that. I gotta figure this out now.
Yeah, but I mean,
Season.
like playing like upcoming games, I don't think there's any like I totally get like the whole play what you want to play as well. Cuz I went from doing that rotating series thing to like getting off track over the summer basically until like between like
SnowRunner.
well between I'm looking at the dates right now, between April and November I didn't like do it. So that's a whole like 7 months of like not doing it. Just because I was doing like SnowRunner and then I was doing like I kind of started to like stream more, so that's when I did like Godfather 2, and then I was like I want to play a racing game, so I did Dirt, and then I like Mafia Definitive Edition came out, Mad Max was going down, so and then Ghost of Tsushima came out. So I mean there's just like a bunch of stuff that came out that I just like wanted to play. So
Yeah, there's like another part of me right now that wants to keep like the JRPG train going. So like I was like, oh, I'll just do P4G on the Vita, and all that.
I think the hard part is just like I think you have like this thought, you keep this thought in your head where like you feel like if you put that like that game down or that series down or like that like type of game down that like you'll never come back to it.
Yeah.
Which is like why you want to keep going, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing, so I've wanted to do the Hitman games for forever. It's a coincidence that Hitman 3 came out when it did when I'm playing Absolution, which is kind of funny, but
How many do you have left?
let me look. I counted them the other night, so I'm gonna be doing like all the stacks of these. I'm not gonna do this with every time I do this because their franchises, like if I ever do all the Spider-Man games, you can bet your ass I'm not doing the Vita ones.
Hell no.
But if for all the Hitman games, I mean, if I don't include Absolution that I'm playing now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 if you count Hitman 3 twice.
No, I wouldn't count it twice.
But there's
'Cause
something.
I mean, like,
there's a
I
topic.
don't know. Are you gonna double on that game?
Hitman 3, yeah. But there's something that I want to talk about. It's one of our topics later on in regards to that. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's kind of my if you don't count Hitman 3 twice, there's only 5. So I mean, I should be done like fairly soon with it. The only thing that sucks, I was talking about it with Cats last night, is so you know how Hitman 1 is in Hitman 2, like the missions?
Mm-hmm.
You have to you basically have to replay the whole thing over again in Hitman 2. But in Hitman 3, apparently it pulls all your info over, so you don't have to actually replay 1 and 2 again.
So those trophies automatically pop?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So.
Well, where's the fun in that?
Well, I mean, I don't see a problem with it because like IO Interactive is like stupid for putting those trophies in the game in the first place.
Right.
Like, why did you put these trophies in here? Like, you've been doing it for the past. You did it for Hitman 2. Why did you put Hitman 1 inside of Hitman 2?
All of those Hitman games, like the rebooted ones, like their trophy lists are just stupid.
Well, the first one was fine. Like the first, like Hitman 2016 was fine. The only thing that was stupid about it was, which it's not an issue anymore, is that it was released in like episodes. So you didn't get the whole game when it came out. It was like episodically released, and that was like Square's. That's because that was what Square wanted to do, which was kind of stupid.
But 1 and 2 both didn't have platinums, right?
No.
They were both like 100%.
Yeah, which like for 1, I guess it makes sense because they did like the episodic releases. But then when Hitman 2 came out, it was Square again, I think. But they didn't do. Did they? Does Square still?
I thought
have
that was
them?
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it was
published
WB. It
them.
wasn't Square.
I don't know. The episodic thing sounds kind of dumb to me because Telltale was episodic and they have platinums.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense. Either way, like, these should have platinums. But then, like, you have the Hitman 2 that releases all of its shit. And then they also add in all of the DLCs, like, I'm trying to find it, like, Hitman, Legacy Paris. And it's literally the same trophies from the first game. And they just call it a Legacy. Like, they're just a Legacy DLC. Like, it's just, it's so stupid. Then Hitman 3 has the Hitman 1 and 2 stuff, but it's, like, dumbed down in the DLCs. And it just, like, I believe it auto pops because I was looking at, like, catch trophies. And it's just, like, it doesn't make sense. And they call it Legacy again. Like, they have, like, Hitman, Hitman 2, Legacy, and then Hitman 2 Expand. Like, what? I don't get what they're doing. I truly don't.
It's kind of dumb. I'm sorry, this is, like, kind of, like, relevant, adjacent to what you were talking about. But how you got, the PS5 version of the Hitman 3 rather than the PS4 one.
Yeah. Yeah, which I did open on stream because someone was telling me, oh, you get the PS4 code in the PS5. No, the fuck you don't. Like, I opened it up. You get a code for the VR. That's all you get. No code for it on the 3 or the 4. Like,
really? That's stupid.
no, but and this is what I was talking about this because I did it on stream. This was like a discussion we had was it doesn't make sense. It makes sense from a technological standpoint, right? But it doesn't make sense from a sales standpoint that if I buy the PS5 version of this game, why I don't get the PS4 version, but if I buy the PS4 version, I get the PS5 version. Like, technologically, it makes sense because you can put the PS4 disc in the PS5 and there's an upgrade for it, and you can't put PS5 discs in a PS4. So it makes sense, right? But why did they not put a code in it for the PS4 version? And then you can download it.
It doesn't make sense because you paid for the PS4 one, so they should have given you the PS4 one.
Well, yeah, that doesn't make sense anyway. But, like, I'm just talking about, like, if I was to buy the PS4 one, which I did, I would get an upgrade to the PS5 for free.
Yeah.
But if I buy the PS5 one, which I didn't buy, they sent it to me, I don't get a downgrade to the PS4, which just doesn't make sense to me. So if you buy the one on the previous console, you get 2 copies, but if you buy one on the new console, you get 1 copy. So, and like I said, I totally get it from a technological standpoint because you can't put certain discs in certain consoles, but they should at least give you like a code for the 4, like at a minimum.
Could have just done what the PS3 to PS4 thing did, where you have to like put the PS4 version, like the PS4 disc in the PS5, but also have downloaded like a separate application or whatever. Yeah, that recognizes as like the PS5 version instead.
I was gonna say that there's got to be a way that they can. I mean, it's a Blu-ray disc. There's got to be a way that they can load it on there as like an application, because you could do that with. Do you remember early games on the PS3 where you'd put the disc in and they would have a preloaded demo on it, but it would just be in like a separate folder from the. Or separate like selection from the disc, or they would put like the manual on the disc.
Yeah.
And you would click on it from the XMB.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 3 kind of does that, because it's like, from my understanding with Resident Evil 3 at least, is the game isn't on the disc. The disc just works as like a launcher or whatever to download Resident Evil 3 and download Resident Evil Resistance on your PS4.
Well,
but you need the disc inside the console for it to recognize that you own the game or whatever.
Well, isn't that how like the PS3 or PS4 kind of evolved? Because remember on the PS3 you would download a game, and if you downloaded it from the disc, you would just have to download like the update or something, but the rest of the game was on the disc. And then you got over to the PS4 and you would check like your game data utility, and you'd be like, holy fuck, I have Red Dead 2 on my PS4. Why is it 120 gigs if I own the disc version? And like, it literally doesn't matter. You just have the disc as like a verification.
Yeah, at this point.
I think that's how like all new games work, is they download it directly to the hard drive. I guess it runs better if you do that. Definitely on an SSD it's going to run better, but I don't know the benefits to it. There's got to be some sort of benefit.
My favorite downloading thing is the PS3 version of The Last of Us.
Would it?
Where you remember where it, like, literally like downloads an installer, and then that installer downloads the actual game to your PS3.
When you're like in the actual game?
No, like you download an installer on your PS3. You open that application, and that application is what actually starts the PS3 download, like the PS3 game download of The Last of Us.
I don't remember that. Why don't I remember that?
I don't know if it was you who downloaded it, but I think it was Trumbo when we did it back then.
I mean, I remember, I think some PS4 games are this way, but I know like there was a majority of PS3 games where like you would download it, or you would put the disc in. Well, no, I guess it was PS4, not PS3. What am I saying? You would put the disc in and download the patch, and then you would load the game up, and then it would have to then install the game on top of it. And you're like, what the fuck, bro? Like I think GTA 5 did that on the PS3 too. Like you would put it in, it would say like the latest patch is available. You would download the patch, and then you would get in the game, and it'd be like installing game, and it would take like another 3 hours to install the game. And you're like, what the hell? Like, didn't you just install the patch? Like, what are you doing?
I think Battlefront 1 did that also, but while it was installing the game data,
you could play like the missions or something.
Kill a bunch of you could kill like rebels as Darth Vader.
I think that's I think that's how a lot of EA games work, because like that's how NBA Live works. Is like you download the patch, and then when you load into the game, it then downloads the game. So in the meantime, 2K does it too. In the meantime, you can like play like the last season like NBA final game while it's downloading for like 3 hours or whatever, however long it takes.
I don't remember the last game I played that did that.
I don't know. It just sucks from like a boosting standpoint, or if you're trying to do multiplayer, because like I've had that happen like not a majority, but like many of times where like someone has been like, let's play this game, and I'm like, okay, and like, you know, a day before I download the patch and everything, and I'm ready to go, and then I load the game up, and I'm like, holy fuck, you have to install more on top of this? Like, what the hell? So I always load the game up now just to make sure I got everything installed.
Yeah, no, it's the way they like install games and stuff is so dumb.
Dude, like there's no point to the disc anymore, which doesn't make sense to me. Like if I'm buying a game like physical, like the game should be on the disc. Like I think the discs really just act as launchers now.
Well, I think the game is still on the disc, but the disc just holds like a zipped up version of it or whatever.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And then the game actually like gets downloaded on there.
Yeah.
On like your console or whatever.
But then you need it every time you play the game. So it's basically like a launcher for the game.
Yeah.
For each game. Because if you download it from the disc, you have to have the disc in to play it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is, but it's kind of annoying because things have evolved. Because I remember you would have games on the PS3 that would be like 200 megabytes or something, like some tiny ass, like I think the biggest games used to be games like Assassin's Creed or something, and they were like 10 gigs or something like that.
And those would take forever to download.
Yeah, now you'd be lucky if Assassin's Creed was under 100 gigs. Like,
it's kind of dumb when you think about like how big game sizes are now. It's kind of dumb that Sony like only gave like 625 gigs of free space.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I get that it was because they were using SSD, so like it's more expensive. But yeah, I mean, if you think about it, you can only hold like after they load on the actual like UI, which by the way probably takes up like 100 gigs, which doesn't make sense to me. How a UI can take up that much space. Then you're like, okay, well I can download like 4 games, maybe. Four big games.
I thought. So what I thought was it was a terabyte, but it like all the UI and applications, everything that's already on the thing was gonna make it to 625. No, it's literally only has 625 gigs, so you only have like 500 something gigs of free space.
Dude, I don't understand how a UI takes up 100 gigs though. Like, I truly don't understand that. I think I don't know if I talked about this with, like, with U-Waves or someone, but it was like a while ago. We were talking about how, like, it's almost like games nowadays are so poorly optimized when they come out. Some games, not all games, some games. Like, you can have a game like any, like, take for instance, like any From Software game is like so well optimized. Like, I think Bloodborne is like 20 or 30 gigs, the size of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have a game like I don't even know what to compare this to, but like you have a game that's like comparable. Like I'm not sure about like Jedi Fallen Order, but you have a game like Star Wars Battlefront 2, right? There's a lot of stuff in that game, don't get me wrong, but why is it like 120 gigs? Or like any of the Call of Duties? Why are these like over like 100 gigs for just the base game? We're not talking once you add the DLC. We're talking like just the base game is like 100 gigs. Like, what is happening here?
Yeah, the one I always like say is like kind of a good one to show like good optimization is like Capcom games when it comes to like Resi 7, Resi 2.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Resi 3 and DMC 5. Those games look amazing, graphically speaking. And they probably don't have a lot of unique assets, and that's probably what helps them. But I own those games also on PC because I'm a fucking nerd. But they just looking at how, just like fucking around the files, they do a good job of optimizing file size and everything. While like I also had Warzone on my PC. I looked at there's like nothing zipped up or anything like that. It's literally just files on top of files, and that takes a lot of like space.
Yeah, it's taxing. Like I don't understand. That's Resi 7 is a good example because I think Resi 7 is only like it's under 30 gigs or something for like that game.
They're all like under 50 gigs.
Yeah, and it blows my mind because I get if they like reuse assets, it's not taking up as much, but like you can't even tell in that game that like if they are reusing assets, if they are. But I also feel like it has like it definitely has to do with optimizing. That's what it comes down to. Like it's kind of like, I mean, I've never like developed a game or anything, but the way that I think about it is like it's almost like if you export like a file, I'm sure it works the same way. Like if you export like an image from Photoshop, you can export it at like the highest setting, highest quality and everything. And then you're going to get like a 500 megabyte, picture. But if you just compress it ever so slightly and compromise some of the quality, you can like drastically lower. You can change it from like 500 megabytes to like 10.
Yeah.
And you can't even like really tell the difference unless you zoom like way in. I feel like that's how it's like the same thing with like optimization of like models and stuff in games.
Well, I know in games, once you finish everything, what you tend to do is you put everything in these files called .bat files, which are basically like a .zip file or like a .rar file. It's basically like those, but on steroids. And that's supposed to help you compress all that data, and then your computer should be able to, or like a PS5 or whatever, should be able to like just read that data fast or whatever. But some companies just don't do that. I know Capcom does, and I know that Warzone doesn't, just from having them on my PC and just fucking around on my computer. But yeah, no, it's annoying.
It's crazy. I think it's become like an accepted or like an acceptable thing in the industry too. Like there's people bitching that like they don't have enough space on their console. Then there's memes made about it. Like I can only put 5 games on my new PS5, but like there's ways to combat it, but like no one is like saying it.
And it's only gonna get worse because like I don't know if y'all remember when Unreal Engine 5 got announced.
Yeah, I remember. It was not that long back.
But one of the big thing in that is like their nanite. It's called the nanite or whatever, which is where you can have. It doesn't matter how many polys is on the screen. You can have them all on there. So like now you can have ridiculously like well modeled stuff without having to do this thing called high to low poly modeling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is where you get your high poly model, and then you basically cook what's on that model onto like a smaller poly model.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of looks like it, but it's not exactly it. But it loses some of its stuff or whatever. So like now with nanite, you can have like just a gajillion fucking polys on the screen, and models are what takes most of the space. Like art assets is what takes most of the space in games. So if people are just gonna be using Unreal Engine 5 and just using nanite for everything, then you're gonna be seeing like file sizes of like 200 gigabytes being like a normal.
Oh my god.
Because no one's gonna optimize anything.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's annoying. That's so annoying.
That was a strange tangent to get on. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember how we got there, but we're there. we can end it.
Well, we got one question for this.
Let me take a note on where we are real quick.
Yeah, make
we gotta
Wave's
finish
job
the question.
easier. What's the end of the question?
What do you plan on playing next, Snickle?
Oh, mine's easy. I mean, I'm planning on finishing up Hitman Absolution. There's a few complications I've had in the game because I am making guides for it.
Right.
There is like evidence in the game which I'm using as like collectible guides, but I realized as I was playing through, like, shit, I could have made like trophy guides so for like certain things. So I'm debating if I want to play this back through on a different account and just like play through on the easiest difficulty up to the parts that I need to do, or if I just want to say like fuck it, wait till I do the PS4 version and make the guides on the PS4 version. Kind of debating what I want to do. I mean, I'm for sure putting out like an all collectible guide for it, or all evidence guide, because that's what the collectibles are called. But I'm debating if I want to just take note and then do the PS4 one later on.
The PS4 one would look better, no?
Yeah, it would look better. There's something about it. I don't know why. Like, I got Down syndrome or something, but like something about just making the guides on the PS3. Just like the old PS3 trophies and everything.
It's because it's your favorite console.
It is, man. I do. I think this is gonna be another like tangent for a second. I think the PS3 is my favorite console because it's like what got me into trophy hunting. And it was like really the first console that I like bought with my own money, and like I invested like my money into like collecting and everything. So I think that's why it's like my favorite.
I can see that.
It's understandable.
Right.
Because I remember I have so many fond memories of like before I got the PS3, like, you know, thinking about what games I was gonna get, and then playing like GTA 4 and Midnight Club LA on it when I got it, and like eventually getting into trophy hunting and all the games that I did. Like, I don't know, I think just getting into that trophy hunting, and like we've talked about it before, but like I feel like you just don't accidentally get into trophy hunting anymore, which kind of sucks. But
no, yeah, I remember when I was a kid, it was like you'd play the game. Well, like the first game I played, I didn't know anything about trophies until I played Godfather 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I've said before, I didn't know what the internet was back then.
It's acceptable.
But, so Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, you had to download a patch and then you'd get trophies.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first game that I played on my PS3. But then once I connected my PS3 to the internet,
mm-hmm.
I played Godfather 2, and that's how I got my first trophy. And I was like, "Oh, what are these?" And then I started looking into it, and then that's how I got into trophy hunting, because it was just a pop or whatever. Now it's like a thing you see. There's like a whole community around it. There's like Brian from PS5 trophies and all that, Power BYX, and
Yeah. Yeah.
and there's if you want to get into trophy hunting now, it's not just because oh look something popped up on my screen. It's oh look, I actively want to be in it or whatever.
Yeah. Which I think, honestly, I think that's the main problem behind like why trophy hunting has evolved so much. Because like back on those early PS3 games, like there would be trophies in there and there would just be like, they would literally add like multiplayer trophies for anything, like the most stupid shit ever. But that's because like they didn't know, like developers didn't know what they were doing and people went for it because like it was a trophy. But like now it's kind of like, I think everything's like a conscious decision now. Like making a trophy list is a conscious decision. Getting into it is. I think there's a very small percentage of people that just like accidentally start earning some trophies and they're like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Well, I've noticed they like now like platinum trophies in general are like so easy, and I feel like that's kind of like planned now. Since they want, I know there's like a lot of people that just buy a game just for an easy plat.
Yeah, I have like
I know like Rata for sure does it just for the easy plat, but like even like just Sony games now, like all of them are just like super easy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they're doing it, but like I feel like they do it. I don't know if they're like making that decision consciously, if they're just like their games are just so much fun and like I don't want to say like so easy to play, but like that people like they're just getting the I don't know. I wish they would go back to the day of like stupid multiplayer. Just to piss people off.
No, I wouldn't wish that.
No, let's not go there.
Let's not go that far.
No, I want to go that far. I
don't want to like sit in the same lobby shooting the same person in the head 1,000 times.
Dude, you don't want to play
one trophy again.
You don't want to play enemy front and just keep capturing points over and over again? Like that's so much fun.
Hey,
Literally
I'm
the
one
most
who's
fun.
suffering here. I'm the one on 2 accounts jumping back and forth.
I'm having so much fun. No, but it's definitely not something like conscious. Like it is conscious. It's not accidental anymore. Which I think that's why I have so much like. That's why I like the PS3 so much. Because it when I did it, it was accidental, and then I just remember like all the memories of like figuring out about trophies in GTA 4 and Midnight Club LA, and then going to buy Infamous, and then going for the multiplayer in GTA 4. Like just doing all that shit was just fun.
I think the game that got me into trophy hunting, in all honesty, back in the day, it had to be Fallout 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because my one buddy's like, you own Fallout? I'm like, Fallout 3? I'm like, yeah. He's like, have you ever played it? I'm like, not really. I bought it, but never really played it yet. He's like, and you got the Game of the Year edition? So you got all the DLCs? So me and him popped on. Me and him sitting there, I'm like, huh, what was that? Oh, I can get a trophy. Oh, it's a trophy.
I feel like it's always the same.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was gonna.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
You go ahead. You already cut me off. Go.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say. I feel like it's always the same 3 games that like get people into trophy hunting. It's always either like Assassin's Creed 2, Fallout 3, or
MW2.
Or MW2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I was done anyway, so nah.
No, I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong. There's definitely nothing wrong with like getting into it, like non-accidentally. No, but I think that I think like to build off of that, there's so many people that like put so much thought into it now, and then there's just so many issues with people saying like I'm burnt out or I don't want. It's like you're burnt out because you're playing a game for trophies. Like when you take that thought out of your head, when you don't put, I'm not saying don't think about the trophies, right? Obviously, that's what we think about when we play the game, but don't put that as your focal point for you to play the game, or your focal point as you're playing through the game. How fast can I get this platinum? No, just play the game. I mean, I talked about it when I did my Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 platinum trophy, where like you can do Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast in a few hours if you want to, right? To get the platinum. But why the fuck would you do that if you've bought the game to play the game? Play through the whole game and enjoy it. Don't just play it to get like a few trophies fast, get a platinum in a few hours and call it a day. Like I think that's like a big issue nowadays, is like people put the trophies as their like that is the front and center and everything else doesn't matter. And then when you get burnt out because you don't actually like the game, then you don't actually want to play the game anymore.
I agree with you on that. But also, you could tell the difference of people who grew up hunting trophies on the PS3 and new hunters that started on the PS4.
Well,
You know, the 4 people don't really know what the grind was for the 3 ones, you know?
yeah,
I just think the whole concept of getting burnt out on trophies is just kind of dumb.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Because, like,
Dude,
it's not some, like, I understand getting burnt out on, like, a certain genre of game. Like, right now I'm burnt out on open world games, so I'm just not playing open world games right now.
mm-hmm.
But, like, just the whole concept of not getting trophies, I don't understand that, because I guess it's just because I've never played a game just for trophies. Like, there's like 3 games I can say for sure that I only played them just for trophies, and that was My Name is Mayo and My Name is Mayo 1 for the Vita and the PS3, and Little Adventure on the Prairie, and that was purely for the meme because they were like the first of its kind.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing for My Name is Mayo 2. Now that I think about,
But you had to do the sequels to the first one, so.
So I've never had the idea of like, oh, I'm playing this game because of trophies and I need to like put my stats up. Like that whole the idea that people are just retiring from trophy hunting and stuff like that is just, it's stupid to me.
Yeah,
it's kind of dumb to me. You just play games. Like, don't get the platinum or whatever. And I guess it's like some kind of like OCD or something like that makes them think they have to get every single platinum and all that. But I don't know.
Well, I was just gonna say the same thing. Like that concept of like you said, like retiring or like saying that you're gonna stop trophy hunting or whatever. Like, or you're burnt out from even earning trophies. Like this is my take. If you're burnt out from earning trophies, you're burnt out from playing games. So just don't play games anymore. Like there's no. You don't get burnt out from earning trophies. You can get burnt out from doing certain things for trophies. You can get burnt out from, playing a game on the hardest difficulty. You can get burnt out from grinding stupid multiplayer if you want to. Sure, you can get burnt out from that. Shit's boring sometimes. But to say you're burnt out from trophy hunting as a whole, I think is just a bunch of shit. And like you said, Waves, go and play the games you want to play and just play them. Don't even worry about the trophies. And then 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, however long it is down the line, if you decide that you want to go for the platinum in that game and you have to do a few stupid things to do it, then do it. Like, it's not rocket science. And I don't think that, like, that, I think that is the big thing, is there's so many conscious decisions made in regards to trophy hunting now, where it's just like, play the fucking game. Like, don't worry about the trophy, just play the game. Like, that's why I love the concept of like the alternating franchise, because with the alternating franchise, no matter what, you're playing like you're wanting to play franchises that you want to play, not just for the trophies, but to actually like play the franchise. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't understand that concept either.
There's like people who like won't play a game without looking at a guide first, so now they just spoil themselves on the entire game. The way I've always done is I play the game first and then I look up stuff. Yeah,
I mean, I think it's fair to read a guide, right? Don't get me wrong. I think before I play a game, the one thing that I pay attention to before I play a game, and this isn't even all the time because I didn't even do this with Hitman Absolution. The one thing that I will try to always do is figure out if there's any sort of missable trophies. Because it would suck for you to play a game for like 100 hours and then miss a trophy 99 hours in. I could totally understand that, but yeah, I don't understand like wanting to like look at a guide and be like, I got to plan this, and this out, and I got to do this. It's like, come on, just play the game. Like it's really, it's not that bad. Just play the game.
I get looking at a guide. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I get looking at a guide, like if you want to see if there's multiplayer games, because you don't want to do like multiplayer and stuff like that, and like missable stuff. But like just looking at a game, you knowingly know there's like no multiplayer and there's like stuff like that, and you're like, oh, I gotta look at a guide first and all this. What's the fastest way I can like get this game done? It's like, just play the game, dude.
Yeah,
I
so
don't know.
there's so many conscious decisions made on whether, like, in order to earn trophies now, which isn't like, I think that's the issue.
I think when God, two games that come to mind for me, Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War. When those games were coming out, I put out on my Twitter, if anybody ruins this for me, like any of the story, I will ban your ass. I don't care. You know, I even blocked the words for those games, so nothing would pop up until I beat the story. And I didn't want to ruin it for anybody else either, so I never tweeted about it or anything about the game until a couple months down the road.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
You know, I just wanted to play the game to enjoy it and see the story for myself before anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way when it comes to like new games. Like, I stay away from any sort of like review or anything. Like, I have interest in that game, so I'm gonna play that game. It was like,
I don't care about reviews, so
yeah, it was like Cyberpunk. Like, I had no interest in Cyberpunk at all, so I didn't buy the game day one. Like, even if I did buy it, if I was interested, I would have bought it and I would have played it. I wasn't interested, so I didn't buy it, and I didn't play it day one. But I mean, there's definitely things that I would look at in regards to games if you want to, like, before you get into it. I think that that's fine. I'm not saying you should ever go into a game like totally blind. Like, I think it's definitely understandable to look through a guide, but to like fully plan out what you're gonna do is BS. Like, there should be a few things that you're looking at before you go into a game. Number one thing that you should look at is like what type of game it is. Like, if it's open world, there's typically not going to be anything missable. Let's be honest. And number two, if it's linear, like, just figure out if you can do like chapter select. If you can do chapter select in a linear game, nothing's going to be missable. So just play through the game. Just enjoy the game and then go back and clean stuff up after the fact if you want to. But I don't know. I definitely think that people get like way too into it and they make too many decisions based on like, is this going to be easy? Can I do this in the fastest amount of time? You know, it's just like, there's just so many things where it's just like, play the games you want to play. Like, forget the trophies. Get the trophies as you're going along, but don't make that your deciding factor if you want to play a game or not.
Exactly.
And like, yeah, I don't know.
It's like
we could probably just end it here, but like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it was like the whole thing. I don't know. Were we talking about this before the podcast or at the beginning? Like, you know, back in the day, like, you were probably the same way, Waves, and probably you too, Brian. Like, back in the day, you would just like play a game for a few hours and then put it down. Like, nowadays, people make alt accounts to play a game on an alt account to see if they like it before they put it on their main account. Well, you just wasted like 2 hours playing a game on another account to see if you're gonna like it or not. Why? So you can have a 100% account that no one's gonna give a shit about? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, on my account, I've got like a shit ton of like games that I just started, especially back on PS3 where I just started and then like didn't play again.
Yeah, it was just a common thing to do, and you played it, and if you didn't like it, you put it down. Maybe you'll go back to it one day. You didn't have like there wasn't like you didn't make a decision and you're like, oh well, I won't have a 100% account now. Like, I'm gonna be real with people like that. No one gives a shit about your 100% account. You want me to be completely honest with you? Nobody gives a shit. You give a shit, good for you. Nobody else cares. So like, stop putting so much thought into like, this is gonna destroy my 100% account. It literally doesn't matter.
Like, you know, I can have a 100% account. I can, you know, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Like, oh crap, that like Middle Earth Shadow Mordor hit. Oh, okay, the online's there. Gonna go down. Alright, I'll go for it. If I didn't get it, oh well, I still gonna play the game.
Yeah. We don't have to keep going on, but
No.
there's so much thought that I think people put into trophies now, and it's just not worth it. Like, it's just, and those thoughts that you put into the games then ruin gaming for you, and they ruin trophy hunting as the first thing, and then they ruin gaming.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it comes down to. Like, before I was trophy hunting, back when I played on like the Wii, the original Xbox, the PS2, like when I was playing games on there, I was playing for like completion. I wanted to unlock if I was playing a racing game, I wanted to unlock all the cars. I wanted to beat all the time trials. Like, that was stuff that I was just doing for fun. And then that correlated into then trophies on the PS3, because that's what trophies ended up being. just kind of showing, it was an award to kind of, it was literally a notification that you would collect that would get linked to your profile, that if someone was to look at your profile, they would see, wow, you actually did that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it came down to. And that's all trophies are at the end of the day. So if you look at someone's account that has 400 platinums and 350 of them are dirt easy games, I don't think anyone gives a shit. Someone looks at your account and you have a 100% account and 99% of those games are easy games. Even if 100% of those games are ultra rare games, I mean, some people might care, but like, if you didn't like any of those games that you played, I don't care. I don't think anyone cares.
Yeah.
So,
I think we said it at one time in like another episode of the podcast, but like at the end of the day, these like things don't matter. You know?
No, they truly
they've
don't.
They've always been just like they should always they have always been, and they should always be just something that you do for fun alongside with your gaming or whatever. Because, like, right. How Snickle said, like, back on the Wii or the Xbox, that's what he would do. And, like, back on PS2 for me, I played Devil May Cry 3 a shit ton of times when I was a kid. Because I wanted to unlock everything. I wanted to unlock all the costumes and everything. Beat the game on every single difficulty. And then Ratchet and Clank had all the skill points and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, like, it's just something that when I came over to the PS3, I still did it on Star Wars The Force Unleashed and Godfather 2 without knowing trophies were a thing. And then once I found out about trophies, it just correlated with what I was already doing.
Yeah, it just gave you a notification to a profile that other people could look at. Yeah, I mean, it still doesn't, at the end of the day, it still doesn't do, it still doesn't mean anything. It still doesn't do anything. Like, what am I going to walk into GameStop and show them my PlayStation profile and they're going to suck my dick in the corner? Like, no, they don't care. No one cares. I'm the only person that cares about it. I mean, there may be some other people that care to follow what I'm doing, but like, I don't think anyone's going to bow down to me because of how many platinums I have, or I got the platinum in Twisted Metal. Like, no, I don't think people give a shit. Like, I'm doing it because I enjoy it, and then I make content on YouTube to help people do it as well. That's what I do. And then I try to entertain on Twitch.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, I mean, that's another good diversion into trophy hunting is pointless, so we can go on to the next one.
From a podcast that's about trophy hunting.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's pointless. Like, it definitely is. You know, I say that as a joke, but like, if you do think about it,
I mean, like,
it is kind of pointless.
Honestly speaking, it is pointless. It is. I'm not gonna be putting I have 91 platinum trophies on my like resume or whatever. Like, the only shit that like you did. Okay, well,
no.
For me, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, like, unless it was like to a specific job. Like, if it was specifically to GameStop, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, I got the platinum in Sly Cooper Thieves in Time or whatever. I've always done this just for fun, and I know like a lot of people like go super crazy with it. They like plan every single thing like for their milestones, and for like what's gonna be their elite trophy or whatever. My elite trophy is fucking, what is it?
What's mine? Mine's shit, I'm pretty sure. Mine is Skate 2, fully sponsored.
Mine is some random trophy from Heavy Rain.
Hell yeah.
What are we looking at?
And like, at the end of the day, this should only really be just a thing for fun, and it shouldn't be like controlling your day-to-day life is all I'm really saying.
No. It's a way to unwind after a long day of work, actually. So.
Oh yeah, it's definitely nice. I mean, like you said, Waves, you're never gonna put it. The only reason you would ever put this on a resume is if you were trying to get a job, kind of in your field, but like if you were trying to basically like. But I don't think you would put it on a resume. You may do it in like an interview or something. Like, oh, I'm a trophy hunter, so I look at all aspects of the games. Like that, you wouldn't say you're a trophy hunter to say you're a trophy hunter. It would obviously it would branch out to something else. I trophy hunt. I like to look at every aspect of the game. I like to get all the collectibles. Like, that's something that I like to do in games, which may help you to get a job in game development, because someone might look at you and say, wow, he appreciates everything that people put into games. Like, this is amazing. My field that I work in, they don't fucking care. This is literally something I do for fun. But I mean, you can tie it into like people who play Call of Duty all the time. Oh, I have a 1.85 KD. Cool. I don't fucking care. Do you have a 1.85 KD in real life? Like, what are you trying to say? Like, cool that you have that in a game. Cool. I don't care. It's the same thing with trophies. Like, it should
1 KD goes from the floor.
Like,
it should always be something for you, not for anyone else. You should be doing it for you. And if you're not happy doing it, then just stop doing it or change it up. Or like, so many people try to do it for like just for like clout or something. Like, if that's what you're doing it for, you're in it for the wrong thing.
Right.
And like now, there's like stats and all that, and like that's cool and stuff. Like, I like looking at my stats every once in a while, like seeing when like what days and what times I get most of my trophies, which is like usually Saturdays, really late at night.
Wait, hold on. Before you go on, I just want to say this. I looked at their stats the other day. I'm looking at them right now. I've only earned 16 of my trophies at 8 a.m.
Really?
Yeah, 16 of my 12,280 trophies have been earned at 8 a.m.
Dude, I didn't even know you woke up before 8 a.m.
How is that even possible, Snickle?
Yeah, that should be at 0, bro. Let's be honest.
My lowest one is 95 trophies at 9 a.m.
Jeez.
My lowest is 3 trophies at 12 p.m.
Oh, yeah, you are off pretty early, usually. That makes sense.
Well, that's the afternoon.
Oh, sorry, 12 p.m. I'm a.m. What am I thinking? God damn it. Maybe it's time for me to go to bed.
But I got 4 trophies at 3 a.m.
12 a.m. 12 a.m. is prime time. What am I talking about?
I've always looked at like the statistics and stuff as like just cool things to see or whatever. Like, small goals also. Like, that's taken me a long time, but I'm finally over 40%. You know.
Yeah.
You get to earn a trophy at 7 a.m. though. Oh no, you got 16. Never mind.
Yeah, 8 a.m. Yeah, 16. I'm sitting high.
No, at 7 a.m.
There's people that like go crazy with it. They're like, I gotta finish this game in like 1 second to be the top one achiever and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
there's too much thought that people put into it. Like, I think the big thing that I see from people that will stop by the stream or like when I used to do my trophy talk would comment on that is like, you know, people would go for their completion, but they were people that already had like hundreds of games on their list and they were trying to like up their completion from what they had, which I think is like what you and I are doing right now, Waves, is trying to like up the completion. But like people who have have started new accounts, like I think that they go into it like Brian's completion's already high and like it's going to be easy for him to keep it high. So the completion percentage is not going to ever be a thought in his brain probably.
No.
Because it's always going to be high. Where like I'm about to pass 60 and Waves just passed 40. So
I think I'll keep more eye on completion once I hit like 100 games. Like, oh, okay, 100 plus games. But right now it's like, whatever.
Yeah, there's definitely people that put too much thought into it. And another one, which I think is kind of cool when it comes down to it, Key mentioned this, I think on stream the other day. He was saying that he wants to make a new account, but he wants to make a new account because he wants to speed run platinums, which I think is cool because speedrunning is a thing that people do. Yeah, like people speedrun games all the time. If you make an account just to speedrun platinums, like I think that's cool. I think that's a cool thing to do. Yeah, but people make accounts to make 100% accounts. They won't play games because of that. Like, what? What?
Yeah, like they'll be afraid to play like some fighting game or like Devil May Cry or something.
Well,
just because they're like, I can't ruin my completion percentage.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I probably won't put like Killzone 2 on this account because, but still. But I'm not going to stop myself from playing a game that the servers might go down tomorrow if the servers are still up now,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely understandable to do it to like not put games on your list that are unobtainable. Like, I mean, I don't think I would consciously do it unless I wanted to do like, I've talked about doing like all the Tiger Woods games. since I already have like 3 of them on my account, I might as well just add the other 2 and just do as much as I can. But
Yeah, I mean, like, if you don't want to put Killzone 2 on your account, like, yeah, that's fine. I'm talking about, like, people are like, oh, I don't want to play Yakuza because, you know, that 100% completion is really scary. Like,
yeah, and I don't know how to play Mahjong, and I don't feel like learning how to play it, so I'm just not going to do it.
it's like those people who, like, complained when Sekiro came out and were like, oh, I don't want to learn how to, like, parry and everything. It's like, you don't want to learn the mechanics of the game. You don't want to learn how to play the game.
Yeah.
People how to fucking learn how to play a Viking dice game. The Valhalla. So.
Hell yeah, I was clapping in that, and I didn't know what I was doing the first 2 hours of me playing it, but I was clapping. I was clapping. Nah, I mean, it'll always be my stance, and like you said, Waves, it's confused. The whole retiring thing, the whole, you know, all of that. I obviously feel compassion and sympathy for people that say that stuff, because I think that they're thinking too much into it. But like, you shouldn't be. And I do think that there is, to an extent, just like anything, there can be an addiction side of it as well. Whether it's addiction to earning platinums, whether it's an addiction to staying high on a leaderboard, whether it's an addiction to having a high complete, like there's obviously some sort of addiction, or like something like that can happen with anything. People can be addicted to, you know, eating macaroni and cheese. Like, there can be addictions, but
drugs.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah, I mean, there's weird fucking addictions. People, you know, do you remember? Did you ever watch that? There's a show on TV or on TLC that's called My Weird Addictions. And did you see the addiction of the guy who, like, thought he was married to his car?
No. Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I will have to find it. Maybe we can link it in the description. But there was a video of a guy that was addicted to his car, and he thought he was married to it.
That show just showed me how many people eat rocks.
Yeah. Or like
how the ridiculous amount of people that eat rocks.
Well, there's people that eat all types of stuff. There's people that are addicted to eating their own skin.
Yeah.
Like dead skin. They eat their dead skin. Like that is. And we're getting off topic again, but that just goes to show that like there's addictions to things, and I definitely think there can be 100%. There can be an addiction to trophies, but.
I want to get us back on topic here.
Yeah,
like I get it. You can get the dopamine rush or whatever.
That's what it is
for hearing the ping or whatever. The ping.
Yeah.
Of the trophy.
That's why I'm never getting a PS5, because it doesn't have it has that new ping to it. I
heard that apparently the PS5 they can now like program different sounds for like the ping. Just no game has used it yet, but I don't know if that's true.
Hell yeah! I want my ping to say "fuck her right in the pussy" every time I get a platinum.
Did y'all pick up anything?
Did I? Oh, I did. Yeah, I did. My Hitman 3 situation.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
I bought Hitman 3 on the PS4, but they shipped me the PS5 one. So yeah, that's my situation.
One day you'll get a 5.
Oh, I didn't mention this a few weeks ago, so I guess I'll mention it now as a game pickup. I picked up a game for Waves and I to play called Dark Awake.
Oh
yeah. Yeah. If you guys don't know what Dark Awake is, go look it up. You'll like the trophies.
Gotta get that blondes.
Yeah. Gotta get the blondes trophy.
What about you, Brian? Did you pick up anything?
I finally, after months and months of searching, I finally found Saw 2.
Hey.
So wait, sitting on my shelf right now.
The search is finally over.
Does that mean you can do the Saw franchise?
Yes, it does.
Hell yeah, that's one hell of a franchise. I did that one back in the day.
Yeah, so I'm gonna probably throw that into the loop sometime very soon, actually.
I remember seeing a bunch of YouTube videos for like those Saw games.
I remember playing Saw, the demo for Saw 2.
I can't wait for the new movie.
Actually,
I'm a huge Saw fan. It's one of my favorite movie franchises. So.
Nice. I think we talked about this a few weeks back, Waves, but I remembered this as I was playing through Hitman Absolution. in regards to like demos, I was playing the level in Hitman Absolution. I was like, holy fuck, I remember playing this demo back in like 2014 or something. Whenever the game came out, I was like, dude, I remember this shit.
You were
I think
kidding. It is called Blondes. What the hell?
What?
Dark Awake.
Oh, you're just looking at it? Yeah, the blondes. Blondes.
I
tricky, dude.
remember. I think if you had the Godfather 2 disc, if you put that in your PS3, you had like 3 demos downloaded on there, and it was one of them was like Dead Space.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It was like a horde mode of Dead Space or something like that. And it was that was my first time playing Dead Space, and I just remembered that because I did Dead Space like back in 2016, I think.
Yeah. Dude, demos, man, those things were solid. You know what? Something else about slightly off topic again, something that Brian and I were talking about the other day when he got Saw 2 was we were looking at other games. Well, Brian was saying other games, other PS3 games that are like kind of stupid expensive now. One of them that surprised me was Lollipop Chainsaw.
Dude, I was just about to talk about that.
It's expensive now?
It's like $50, dude.
$50?
Yes.
Yeah, for
I
real.
bought the game for like $10.
So did I.
A girl that I follow on Twitter, she bought like the high-end collector's edition, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And when she got it in, she's like, holy crap, it's sealed. So she didn't want to open it, so she ended up buying another copy
That's smart.
of it so she could play the game.
Yeah, that's smart.
I don't blame her. At all.
Yeah, I would definitely not open.
No.
Dude,
she's like, this is supposed to... She didn't know it was sealed when she bought it. So she's like, you know what, I'm keeping it sealed. I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you one bit.
Dude, it's crazy because there's so many, like, I haven't collected PS3 games in probably like a year or two, like actively going out and look for like hard to find games. But like, there was a few that were always like up there with price. So number one was Africa. That was just like, that's like the godfather of like hard to find, stupid expensive PS3 games. Another one that I found that was like, kind of like, damn, was I found Star Wars The Force Unleashed Ultimate Sith Edition, like basically pristine with the steelbook.
Oh, damn.
But like, I actually bought that for like $5 at fucking GameStop.
Yeah, I think I bought mine for like 20. I go to the store by me. It's called Second and Charles. They have a really good selection of like retro games. Well, any type of game, but they sell like retro games too. So they always have like so many PS3 games. It's phenomenal there.
I was at GameStop one day and they had like the buy two get one whatever deal they had, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at the PS3 games. I'm like, oh shit, that's Star Wars. Oh shit, that's a steelbook. And I pick it up. I'm like, I'm buying this. And the guy's like, oh man, if you weren't buying it, I was gonna buy it. I'm like, yeah, it's news you lose. I got it.
I had a guy at GameStop one time gave me the steelbook for Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City? Is that what it's called? Yeah, I picked it up because, again, same thing. It was like buy two. This was like years ago. I used to always go to GameStop to buy games. And it was like, you know, they're typical like buy two, get one free or buy two, get two free or whatever. Games under like $10. So I got Raccoon City. I had like just a regular one and I went up to the counter. I would always heckle these people when I went up to the counter because I would only find games that had like, I would never buy that shitty GameStop case ever. Mm-hmm. I would always look for games that were like pristine, case was nice. And every time you go up to the counter, these dumbass employees would like pull whatever one they had out of the, like, the drawer. Yeah. And I remember, because I remember I bought Dragon Age 2 and they had the holographic limited edition one on the shelf. And then when I went to check out, the guy tried to give me like a regular one. And I was like, no, I want that holographic. Like, I want that one. And he looked at me like I had like 3 heads. And I'm like, dude, just give me the fucking... They did that. They also did that to me for Demon Souls because to find like a Demon Souls, like a black label Demon Souls is like super rare.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember I found it at a GameStop and then they tried to give me like the greatest hits edition. I was like, no. Give me that one right there. Give me the one with the black label. I want that one. But yeah, at GameStop, they gave me a steelbook for... I went up with like a regular case and they gave me the guy pulled a fucking steelbook out of the drawer. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take this.
Well, when I bought the Star Wars one, he tried to give me the regular case, like the GameStop case. I was like, nah, I want the steelbook. He's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, no, I paid for the steelbook. I'm getting the steelbook.
Yeah, give me that one, you dummy. Dude, it's...
For me, it was Beyond Two Souls.
Mm-hmm.
It was like... It wasn't even like that old when I got it. It was like a week after it came out. they fucked up, and I came up with like the brand new Steelbook edition, and I gave it to them, but they priced it as like a used copy. So I bought that game for like $20 when it should have been like $70, I think.
Damn, you really finessed them.
Yeah, I got all the avatars for free and all that shit.
I guess you technically didn't do anything wrong, but they just...
No, I was fucking like 15 or something.
Wave said, I'm zipping my lips. Let them do what you gotta do. He said, yep, it's used. Yep.
No, I think my sister tried to get me to go back. I was like, hell no.
Hell no, they fucked up. That's their fault. But I mean, when I remember collecting games, and there was always games that were just like hard to find. Like, I'm just looking through my list right now, like games like Ski-Doo, or like even, you know, Leisure Suit Larry, and where was the other one? I was like, those old MotoGP games are like hard to find. Blood Drive, any of the Dragon Ball games, like they were hard to find a few years ago. I can't even imagine what, like AVP too. I can't even imagine what they are today. And like when Brian told me that Lollipop Chainsaw was like $50, I was like, what the fuck? She used to be like, you used to be able to get that for like $8 at GameStop with their 20% off used games. Like you used to be able to get that for nothing.
Like, I'm actually on a bidding war right now for Lollipop Chainsaw. It's going. I got it at $20 right now. I'm like, all right.
Damn,
that's insane. I guess it makes sense because like they were already like taking, even like before the big C word happened, they were already like putting just the fucking PS3 games in just the sleeves rather than like a case and all that.
I wonder if they were. Like throwing cases out to like save space. I wonder why. I remember they were doing that because they did that when they started doing that when I was boosting Killzone 2, which would have been like early 2018, I think.
Right.
But like I remember I went there and they were like all their games were in sleeves, and they had like maybe 3 rows of games in cases, and half of those were in like the shit GameStop cases. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, did you guys like throw the cases out and just put these in sleeves? Like where is your like stock of PS3 games in like the cases? But that's GameStop for you. Did you guys hear about their stock recently?
The Reddit thing that's happening.
Dude, they're worth like $10 billion now.
It's so ridiculous.
It's fucking crazy.
This fucking company that's going under is being like revived by fucking Reddit memes.
Dude, it's wild how crazy it is now.
Funny because like 3 days before they announced it, you know, Mr. Beast put up a video. He went to his actual GameStop and bought out the entire store.
Damn.
And then he donated everything to like Boys and Girls for charity and all that, everything. And then he put out the tweet once he found out it on the GameStop's tweet about it. And he's like, I swear I had nothing to do with this. I only bought one store.
Damn. I wish I had stupid money like that.
Right?
I wonder how...
He literally went in and bought everything.
I wonder how he gets his money, because he can't just be getting that just from views, can he?
No, he can't be making that just from views. I mean, I don't know either.
His ad revenue is insane.
Well, yeah, his ad revenue is insane because he gets so many viral views or viral videos that like his ad revenue is probably like typically an average person will get between $1 and $2 per every 1,000 views.
Right.
He probably gets like $20 every 1,000 views.
I was watching something, read something. He brings in about $30,000 a day just through like everything he does.
Yeah, I mean, I can believe it. And he now has his fingers dipped in so many, or like he has his own restaurants now. Which by the way, I do want to try that at some point.
I do too.
Beast Burgers or whatever.
Yeah, Beast Burgers. Yeah, there's one by me actually.
I should hold on. I'm gonna look it up right now. What is it?
You know who owns like a burger chain and has like the best name for it?
What's that?
Who?
Mark Wahlberg, and it's called Wahlburgers.
Oh, they're so good.
You've had some? I've never had them.
Yeah, they're good.
All right, I'm putting in my zip code right now. Let's see where the closest one is.
Can you put your zip code on the podcast so we can see if there's any near you?
Dude, why? Okay, I don't know why it went through fucking Grubhub. Like, I don't want to go there. All right, so
So
they have. Oh my fucking god, they have one like literally in the city, like right next to me, not Philly, but like another city. Oh my god,
okay,
hold on a second,
he
I gotta.
gets paid about $55,000 a day.
Bruh, that's too much money.
He gets about $20 million a year, and that's just off ad revenue.
Like, throw something to me. Like, come on, man.
He does a lot. I give him credit. He does a lot for people, so I can't hate on him. But yeah, you know, Mr. Beast listening, us three would love to do like a challenge or something, or put us on a spending spree.
I'll fly to go get a Mr. Beast burger if that's what I need to do.
Exactly.
Bro, this Mr. Beast Burger is literally like 2 minutes from my house. I'm about to get one tomorrow.
So the way it goes, Nicole, is like he has like different restaurants making it for him, and it's Grubhub will send it to you.
Oh, okay.
So it's not an actual restaurant, but it's like a secondary restaurant and all that.
Yeah, I was gonna say because they're taking me to the address where there's a Bertucci's.
Yeah. Mine's some Italian restaurant or something, I think.
So Bertucci's must be making, which is an Italian restaurant, is making Mr. Beast burgers, which is right next to a GameStop. Maybe I gotta do a little trip tomorrow.
There you go. Like, you do try it, let us know how it is.
I'm gonna bring us back into the topic.
Shoot,
what was
I know.
The topic again?
I know it's for lunch tomorrow. That's that topic.
We're gonna bring us back to the topic.
All right.
You want to talk about server shutdowns, Nickel?
Yeah. It's not anything new. You still have end of this month Battleborn, which I still saying the 31st. So this bless up. Next week should be the last week we talk about Battleborn because I can say it's down, but hopefully. There was a discussion. I don't know the validity behind it, but there was a discussion of something happening with Metal Gear Solid 5. Konami saying that they're doing internal maintenance to their servers. Not really sure what that means. I do think that there is online trophies in MGS5 in regards to the bases, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you only have to invade a person one time and that's it.
Yeah, I don't think there's like too much going on there, but there was a note about it. Someone brought it up, but again, the whole thing of people blowing shit out of proportion, there's probably not going to be an issue with it, so I don't even know if I'd worry about it. But if you have the game on your list, you might as well try to do it, so...
I always forget there's a PS3 version of MGS5.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting, isn't it? But, yeah, that's all we got for server shutdowns.
Okay, so there's 2 trophies, apparently.
Which ones are they?
You gotta make a nuclear weapon. But I thought you could just do that without online.
You probably can. And it's for the bases?
Yeah. So there's infiltration FOB mission, which is where you invade someone else's bases.
Yeah.
And then there's this other one called deterrence, which is to make a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, I mean, I only see one trophy. It's called Play an Infiltration FOB mission. Let me check. There is a.
I'm just looking at the.
There's a guide.
I'm looking at the guide. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a guide for it. So. I mean, I don't think there's going to be an issue. I think they're just doing oh wow, this guide actually won Guide of the Year in 2015. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's going to be an issue there, but just, you know.
So here it says, you have to be connected online to earn the trophy. The timer will stay at 1 if you are not online. So the timer will go down, but once it gets to 1 minute, if you're not connected online, it'll go away. It won't finish counting down, basically.
I think the note on that was, I think it was February 2nd is what the person said. But again, I don't know. There's no like article backing this up. This was just one person saying like, I heard that Metal Gear Solid 5 was getting like a maintenance. So, and then, you know, someone responded to that saying that there's, that Konami has already said that they're not, you know, they're not shutting their gaming division down. They're just trying to I guess they're trying to just reorganize certain things.
I know Konami right now is going through like corporation like restructuring and all that. So
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, but if you have it on the list, you might as well try to knock it out.
yeah.
All right, so I think that's about our whole introduction there, which is the longest one ever. So
Our our 1 hour and 45-minute introduction.
it's typically only an hour, but you know how it is with the boys. We just be getting on stupid rants. So
Yeah, we went on our trophy boomer rants.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say that. All right, let's get into some of these topics. So, Sony Santa Monica's second game.
So I did this topic because apparently Sony Santa Monica has a second game that they're working on alongside with God of War Ragnarok.
Okay.
So I'm guessing they have 2 studios now.
Well, they've always had like a second development team, and
Yeah,
what
second
happened? They
team.
were working on like this. I think it was like a fantasy or it was like a space game when God of War was being made, and that got shut down, and then that team got put in with the one big team.
Yeah. Well, no, I thought it was they were working on the space thing first. That was going nowhere, and then they brought Corey over, and that's when they
it was
started
already in
working
full
on God of War.
production. God of War was already in full production at that point. And he
Okay.
was already working on God of War.
Yeah, they're working on the second game, so
I'm
It is the
intrigued.
Mandalorian game, since Cory Barlog is a troll, and he mentioned the Mandalorian game 2 months ago.
Yeah, he knew the insights before he sent the tweet out because he was the one working on it. That's Inception right there. But no, I mean, I'm excited for anything that Sony puts out at this point. I think in the past, I don't even know. I mean, ever since I can remember, they've never put a game out that's been bad.
You know what? Sony, especially Santa Monica, they have proven themselves that when it comes to exclusives, they're the ones to go to. So, I'm excited for whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I wonder what it is. I kind of hope they go back to the space thing.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you because did you ever watch like the making of God of War, like the YouTube video?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that looked pretty interesting from the screenshots we got from it. So
It's kind of like Naughty Dog, like before they made Uncharted, they were working on like a space game, and then they scrapped that. Like I would kind of love to see how Naughty Dog would like do that all over again, but I think they'll probably just be making the Last of Us games for now.
okay,
You mean I guess I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think I would want it, but like a Star Wars game.
yeah,
The problem I see is I feel like Star Wars games are not going to be made by like they're not going to be made specifically by like a Sony developer or a Xbox developer and then be like exclusive to those consoles. I don't think Disney would allow that.
I want to wait and see what happens with the Indiana Jones game
Yeah.
and see like if that is like what's it called? Exclusive to the Xbox and PC. Because if it is, then I can see it happening with Star Wars on like with Sony Santa Monica or something like that. But if
Yeah,
it doesn't
like-
happen, then like
yeah.
there will never be a Sony studio that makes a fucking Star Wars game because I know Sony's not gonna. They've like dipped their toes, but it's like games that are like 5 years old.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad. I don't think this is just me thinking from like Disney's standpoint because Disney owns the IPs. I cannot see them allowing exclusives. Like I can't see Disney giving Bethesda the right to make an Indiana Jones game and then Xbox using it as like an exclusive for people to buy their console. Vice versa, I can't see them allowing Sony to do that either. because
I mean, they already do it with Spider-Man, so
I mean that's true, but like Sony kind of at least has or had some connection to Spider-Man in a way. So I mean,
yeah, but that's only like through movie rights. Like
yeah, but
before that, all of them were like on everything. So I wouldn't put it past him,
but that's why I'm saying like Sony has like at least some like they have some foothold in the in the Spider-Man like IP as a whole.
Right.
Which is why I think it's like a little different. I just can't see like I can't see Disney allowing either Xbox or Microsoft or Sony to basically financially capitalize on their IPs. Because it was actually interesting. I was listening to a video today of someone talking about like the possibilities with, you know, Star Wars games now being made on, you know, being made by anybody, and they were saying that it wasn't fair to people who enjoyed Star Wars that EA was able to basically monopolize that IP, like the Star Wars IP. It wasn't fair to other people. So, and I know that's not like Disney saying that straight up, but like I feel like, I mean, I guess they've already done it with EA, but that was just with one developer, and I'm assuming that they were expecting EA to make more games than they made.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Disney, but like I said, we have to wait and see with like the whole Indiana Jones situation. Really,
yeah,
we don't have enough information, so
yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. I personally, I mean, you guys are probably the same way with the Star Wars games being opened up to all developers. I would love to see someone pick up Star Wars 1313 again, and Amy Hennig to move to a different like development team and finish working on her game that she was starting to make, Project Ragtag awesome. Or whatever it was called. I would love to see both of those happen because it's definitely possible now. It's just who's going to pick this stuff up to do it. And that kind of transitions us into our next topic, which is the talk of a KoToR remake, but not by EA or BioWare.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm not really fully understanding this one, but I kind of am because BioWare is not the old BioWare.
Well, just because they made it doesn't mean that those same people are there anymore. It's like Naughty Dog, like all those guys that worked on Crash Bandicoot and Jak and Daxter. It's like none of them are there anymore.
Yeah, which is why I think I don't think it's an issue. I mean, I definitely think it's interesting, but yeah, I don't think it's like the end of the world. And also, it's not like they're making like KoToR 3. They're talking about just like a KoToR remake. So it's not like they're like completely redeveloping or adding on to a story that was already, you know, produced by people. So it's I don't think it's the end of the world that it's not by EA or BioWare.
The only dude they have to get back for these is like the writer for like all the KoToR stuff, like just all the Old Republic stuff, and that's Drew Karpyshyn, I think is his name. That's the only dude they have to get back for this, so like that it can be good. Also, I hope it's Blue Point.
That would be dope.
Ooh,
that would be dope. You know what I want to see though?
I have enough respect for Blue Point to do this. So
you know what I would like to see though, and I may get hate for this, but I would, because it was kind of just part of KoToR. Like, I just want to see a different combat system, but like I don't think it will happen just because like that is what KoToR was. So,
well, if it's Blue Point, then it'll definitely not be a different combat system. But
no, they pretty much stick with what was given to them, or they try to make it as like the original as possible.
Yeah, they don't try to like manipulate it or like make a new thing out of it, which is
what I like about them.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. But I heard someone talking about the new like Ubisoft Star Wars game, and they're like, oh, Ubisoft, you know, there's been a lack of like open world Star Wars games other than like KoToR Tour and Old Republic, and they were like, oh, it'd be great to get like, it would be great for like Ubisoft to make like an RPG like that, but like with a better combat system. And I was like, if Ubisoft's making an open world game, that shit ain't gonna be no RPG. Don't get your hopes up.
Well, if it's by the Valhalla guys, then it's technically an RPG.
I mean, you can technically say it's an RPG, but it's not. Like Valhalla, I'm sorry, the new Ubisoft games are not RPGs. Like yes, are you playing as a character? Sure. But you're playing as a character that was already developed. Like to me, an RPG is like you playing as a character, and then if it's a character that's pre-developed, you're at least adding choices that have some sort of implication to the choices that you make, or you're completely creating the character. Because that's.
I was talking about more mechanic-wise, like system-wise, I guess.
Oh well, yeah.
An RPG is, mechanically speaking, is like numbers and all that shit. So.
Yeah. You don't like that? You don't like hitting enemies and 567 pops up on the screen to let you know you've done that damage, even though you don't know how much health the enemy has?
Any game now has. I remember back in I want to say 2008 or 9, the big buzzword back then was like RPG elements, and they were putting RPG elements into every game. Like Madden was getting RPG elements, and now these elements are like in every fucking game, and nobody cares. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just look at RPGs. Like people will say like The Witcher 3 or like the new Assassin's Creed games are like RPGs. Like I don't know if I would like necessarily classify them as RPGs. Like RPG stands for role playing game. You are playing as a character, but you're playing as a character in any game. Like, so is Need for Speed Heat an RPG because you're playing as that character? Like,
no, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
I know where you're coming from, so yeah.
It's I don't know, genres in general are just like kind of dumb.
Yeah, that is true.
The way they're like some people put sports and racing in the same genre. So.
Oh yeah, no, that did happen. Yeah. Even the Game Awards did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know F1 was a sport, not a racing game.
And then there's like some genres where you have to get into it by merit. So like, there's the action genre, and then there's like the one where now they count Devil May Cry and Bayonetta and them. They call those character action games. That's like a separate genre.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, the only difference is that they're more complex than like something like God of War. But then like some people consider God of War a character action genre game because it has combos and stuff like. It's fucking stupid.
We're going down the rabbit hole here.
Dude, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Why can't it just be called a hack and slash game? Like, it's like that's what God of War God of War used. Even though God of War 2018 doesn't have it, like the old God of War had like combos and it had like, it had all that. Like I would consider any game that has like combos to it like a hack and slash. Like, and 2018 doesn't have combos.
Dark Souls?
But
so do you consider Dark Souls a hack and slash?
Would I consider Dark Souls a hack and slash? No.
Because it has combos.
I would not consider it. I mean, I guess there's two parameters to it. So it would have to have combos, and like it doesn't have to have both of these, but it would have to have some aspect of one of these. It would either have to have combos, but if it had combos, it would also have to have like button mashing too. Because I feel like that's kind of like you have that aspect of hack and slash of like button mashing as well.
All right.
I think it would. I don't know. That would be like me. It's like the same thing with RPGs. Like I wouldn't consider. I mean, I've not really ever played The Witcher 3. I know that they give you choices in that game, but I don't know if it has implications on like what happens. I guess since you have the choices of what you want to say, it is technically an RPG because you're picking what Geralt says. But like a game like Valhalla, I would be like, even though you can pick what they say sometimes, like it's literally fucking pointless. Like it doesn't mean anything.
I know in The Witcher 3 you can depending on your choices, you can get one of 4 endings or something like that.
So there's implications to what you're doing. So yeah, I would consider it an RPG. Or if you're like completely creating a character from scratch, like KoToR, yeah, that's RPG.
But yeah, no, genres are dumb.
I agree.
Like, then there's some people that like just lump 2 together. So there's some people that call Dark Souls action RPG because there's RPG elements between like the leveling up stuff, but it also has combos like an action game.
Why can't it just be its own genre of game?
Yeah, and then you get to that where now there's Souls like.
Yeah, there's Soulsborne games.
Yeah, no, it's dumb.
Soulsborne Kiro games. But yeah, well, it's going to be interesting to see if there is a KoToR remake, who's going to be making it, what kind of changes will be made. Obviously, visual changes will be made. If anything else will be made from that, and when that kind of comes out.
Who do y'all think it's making it?
I mean, we haven't heard anything on Blue Point, so I would have to say that would be my... I don't want to, like... I feel like saying them would be the obvious choice because they're the only ones that remake games, or at least make good remakes of games.
Right.
But I mean, honestly, anybody could.
And, well, Blue Point has... We don't know what their next game is after Demon Souls release, so...
Yeah, that is true. Demon Souls was kind of like that was like the pinnacle that people were hitting on for like years.
Right.
And it finally came out and we haven't really heard anything from them, so, I mean...
No, they've been quiet as shit since the last... They're taking a well-deserved vacation. I'll give them that, but...
I just wonder what kind of, like, remake it is. Because, like, there's, like, 2 types of remakes. There's the Blue Point remake, where it's, like, a one-for-one thing. Mm-hmm. Same mechanics, same everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's, like...
Mafia
Capcom.
Definitive Edition.
Yeah, there's, like, Mafia Definitive Edition, or, like, Capcom's remix with RE2 and 3, where, like...
Oh, yeah, complete
same
rebuild.
Story beats, but they're, like, different gameplay mechanics, different everything, basically.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, Blue Point's hiring. And they're in Texas.
Oh!
Yeah, they're in Austin, I think.
Win-win!
There you go.
Damn,
Dude.
Win-win. God damn.
You better reply, buddy.
What's the job opening?
Now hiring, looking for talented VFX and tech artists.
I can pretend to be a tech artist.
And always ready to have the best and brightest engineers join the team.
He said I can pretend to be a tech artist. No, I mean, I don't know. I definitely think with the KoToR remake, there's obviously charm to the combat system that people like. I've never been a big fan of like turn-based. It's not really turn-based, but like that style of like using an attack on somebody and then like they just keep doing it and then you kind of switch. Even though I know that there's strategy in that, I just feel like that combat doesn't feel like as engaging to me as something like a hack and slash or something like, I don't even know if you would consider like Force Unleashed, a hack and slash game. I mean, I guess you would, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that over what it.
I think they should do they should do how like they did Dragon Age 2, where you could choose which one you wanted, or was it Dragon Age Origins? Not Origins. Inquisition, where you could choose which one you wanted.
Yeah. I mean, they could do that. I think that would definitely take a lot more time, but I definitely think that's a possibility.
Have you ever actually guys gone through what games Blue Point has done?
No, I've never.
I know they used to make like I think they did the God of War like PS2 on PS3 ports.
They did Shadow Colossus.
Yep.
Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection, Gravity Rush Remastered, the Titanfall port for 360. Flower for the PS4, PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale for Vita, it looks like.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, they were
yeah, holy shit! I didn't realize how much they've done. Actually.
Yeah, they were like a porting studio for like a long time. Like their whole job was just getting games to work on whatever, and then now they're just like
they have a small team.
I see Titanfall in there as well.
Yeah, they did the port for Xbox 360, I believe.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know, please go fly, buddy.
I know there was also talks about Blue Point. I guess the other big game that they were talking about that after Demon's Souls, since that was like their big one, was there was a talk of the Metal Gear Solid games
Oh yeah.
being remade. I don't know if, I mean, it's the same thing with Demon's Souls. It kind of came out and people were like, it's a leak, but we didn't hear about it until like basically it came out.
Well,
I
one
don't
of the
think-
biggest rumors we have recently, we have Metal Gear Solid, right? We have Silent Hill. Insomniac's been poking at fucking Resistance for the last 4 months.
I don't think the Silent Hill and Metal Gear Solid thing are gonna happen just because.
I don't think so either. Not right
Konami's-
now, at least.
Yeah, Konami's like doing their whole restructuring right now and
But
all that.
I would love to see Silent Hill, but with a slight. I would like to see that remake on the scale of like RE2 and 3. Because I can find those ones to be, they can be a little chungussy to go back and play.
Well, I think if they go back to like what Kojima wanted, then it's probably gonna be like first person, like RE7.
Yeah, that could be, that would be nice as well. I just think it needs some sort of rework.
mm-hmm.
So, all right.
And plus, there is the big rumor that Sony might buy Blue Point at one point. So
Yeah, I remember we talked about that a few weeks back, which would be nice, but
I can see them doing it.
we'll see what they put out. So, I want to do this third topic. We'll do that one last because I think that's just like a generalized topic. So, Brian, do you want to talk about this Hitman 3 sale that happened, or
I saw this one. I was watching one of the YouTubers I like to watch, MBG, which I believe it stands for Muscle Bound Gamer.
Mhm.
He basically does like gaming news. He used to be like an Xbox guy, but ever since he got sick of like Xbox and he went to PS4, and he mainly covers PlayStation stuff now. But he was covering this one. PS5 owners make up to 49% of total Hitman 3 sales across the board. That is insane.
yeah, I mean, it's really the only thing, right? I mean, it's the only new thing on the PS5 and PS.
It's
Right.
are these physical or also?
That I'm not sure of.
Well, I'm reading.
I haven't.
It's funny. I'm reading the article right now. The box, so the physical releases were handled by Square.
That's funny.
That's fucking hilarious.
Well, they probably didn't break off on bad terms.
Oh no, I don't think they did. If they broke off on bad terms, Square would not have given IO the IP. But I just find that
Square.
funny. IO says, "Yeah, fuck y'all, we're leaving, but you can be our little bitches and handle the physical releases."
So the PS5 version of the game was by far the dominant edition, accounting for 49% of sales. The Xbox version accounted for 27%, while the PS4 version made up 25%. Of course, this is just physical games. The majority of Hitman 3 sales will
Also
have
it's
taken
physical.
place in the digital download space.
I'm wondering, why does it say just Xbox?
Because
It's like,
the way
is that
Xbox
both
puts
series
everything,
and?
I think.
I'm sorry, what?
I think because how Xbox puts everything now, like how everything's like the backwards compatible. I don't know. Xbox is weird. You even got Game Pass. I'm not even sure if it's on Game Pass,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
maybe
makes sense.
but that would account for physical anyway. But if you look at this, physical copies is 75% PlayStation.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Xbox, you buy it for the Xbox One and then it like works for the, like they only have like one version of it that works for both.
I think that's how they're doing all their games. In all honesty,
I mean, it makes sense, man. I don't know why like
it does.
PlayStation's doing it so weird. We talked about it at the beginning, but I feel like PlayStation's doing it so weird because if you buy it for the 5 and you have a 4, you can't play it on the 4.
Right.
Whereas, like, if you just make one that's like, I mean, I don't know how they would release it. The Xbox cases look so familiar between the One and the Is it the One X or I don't even know what the fuck they are.
I think it just says Xbox now.
Yeah,
like, I don't even think it says like Series X or Xbox One or anything
dude,
like that.
I don't know why PlayStation doesn't go back. Do you remember the OG PS3 games? Even though it said PlayStation 3, but do you remember when the PlayStation was engraved in the case?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they did it for all of PS3. It was engraved in the corner. The logo was engraved in the right corner or the left side.
It was only
It's a
for
nice
the
thought.
first like few games, like the first few years. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know why they. I mean, they pigeonhole themselves, but I get why they do it because
I don't know,
it's
it
better
makes-
for like a visual standpoint.
it makes like replacing the cases so much easier. Like, imagine like for the Xbox ones, like you have to find a new case. Like if you buy like from GameStop or some shit, you have to like buy a new case that has like the Xbox engraved on it. While like on PS3, we can just get like any like
Blu-ray case.
any fucking Blu-ray case.
Well, I think I don't know. There's ups and downs because like I also think it. I mean, it's obviously probably not a big change, but like Sony has to print out two different versions of their artwork, one for the PS4 and one for the PS5 that obviously have different icons on the back, you know, the different banner on the front. Like there's things that they have to change, so you have to like put time into development of that, where like Xbox probably just has like one printout and it's just on like a case that says Xbox.
But at that point, you can just put Xbox on the piece of paper.
True.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know, but that's crazy that I mean, like you said, digital sales, you know, aren't accounted for here, but
but you still can't count out physical sales for a game.
no.
You know.
It's like it's hard to tell now with like physical sales, especially like because like now more people are buying games online than they are on on physical now.
Yeah.
I'm
But-
not one of them.
Yeah, I'm not one of them either. But
I'm not one of them, but just majorly speaking.
It's-
That's not a word.
Majority.
majority.
Majorly.
Majority.
Okay, I'm usually the one that
Generally
can't pronounce
speaking.
words here. Come on.
No, I'm doing it on purpose.
Generally speaking,
Oh, genuinely.
most people buy their stuff online. I'm curious though, does PS5 owners make up 49% or was it like 20 something percent?
49.
49% and 25% for PS4.
Okay, so I'm like curious how many PS5s actually like got out to actual people playing games and not just like scalpers.
Well, I've been
Because that makes me think more normal people got it rather than like just scalpers.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't have mine yet, but I've been watching like the secondhand market, and dude, they're slowly going down and down and down. Like every single time that Sony does a drop, which by the way, I do try every time, but it's like I think they're down to like
Hard enough.
700 and some change now. People are selling them for. But I mean, these numbers they're kind of crazy.
It's kind of weird that I would never expect like Hitman to be this high up, but like you said, there's like no fucking games coming out right now, so
Yeah.
It's technically this is the first major release of the year.
Yeah, it is. I didn't even know this. I didn't know Hitman was coming out this early. They only released information about it like 6 months ago or something. Next thing I knew, it was out. So
why the fuck is Grand Theft Auto 5 still this high up?
because people are still buying it. Yeah, I'm looking at the list right now. Hitman 3, Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and
Call of Duty.
I think that's a
Cold War.
typo. Then Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Grand Theft Auto 5, Ring Fit Adventure, Just Dance 2021, Minecraft Switch, FIFA 21.
When
But
that's just for the week ending in January 23rd.
But I'm assuming that's physical.
I believe so.
Yeah, it's just physical.
Dude, that's
Did you hear-
it's crazy that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is up there physical.
Since we're talking about Hitman, this like kind of Hitman adjacent. Did you hear Hitman's made like a new team, like a second team inside their studio.
Oh yeah, for 007.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for that.
My only thing is like, can these developers stop making like, can release some like finished games now? Because like I don't know about, well, none of y'all have played it yet, but I know Kat said that like Hitman 3's been bugging out on him like really badly.
Oh yeah, there's been people saying that.
Last night.
Yeah, he says that, and there's other people that are complaining that like you can't even play the game properly.
It's kind of ridiculous how many like broken games are coming out right now.
Dude, it's because these developers are like, well, we can fix it in a patch as long as it's like playable, like kind of playable. Then whatever. I did also hear Hitman 3. I think I read this like a while back that they were only going to do a trilogy in like this new style, or I guess like this new look. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be the last one that looks and plays like this, like UI wise and everything. I'm not sure, but I remember hearing about that like a few weeks ago.
I wouldn't be surprised if 007 does well if WB Games buys them out.
I think IO is like the perfect company to make a 007 game, if you want to be completely honest.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I'm just saying like WB Games might buy like IO if they do well.
Yeah, I mean they could. I don't know. IO got away from Square though, so I don't know if they're trying to be under anyone else.
WB Games was trying to sell off a lot of their shit earlier last year.
Not anymore, because they were like, "Oh wow, people like our games."
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow, people like us? God dang!
Just leave IO alone, everybody. Or WB Games, just leave WB Games alone, please.
Yeah, I mean, in regards to the PS5s, I would love to see like a number of how many have been sold so far. I mean, I know a few weeks ago, I think going into the new year, we were talking about 4.5 million, but I would love to see like an updated number. Maybe they'll do something in like February or March.
Yeah.
So, I also wonder how many like boxed for like physical copies actually were sold. Does it say like how many specifically?
No, they're just talking about percentages.
Because like the percentage can be high, but it can also just be like
a very small number.
Small number amount of people that actually bought the game.
Yeah.
So.
Or they could have sent you the wrong copy,
Or you're be snickly also.
Damn, maybe they pumped their numbers up by doing that.
You wanna take us out with this one, Snickle?
Yeah, so we're gonna end on this. This is just a nice little trophy topic, since this is a trophy podcast. If you guys ever want us to cover any topics that you guys have, just leave them in the comments below or add us on Twitter, and we will most likely add it to an upcoming episode. So the topic to discuss this week, which I thought about this it was like last night or the night before, after talking to somebody about it, was how, and this kind of ties into Hitman 3, and again it ties into what I was talking about earlier with the alternating franchise for me, is PS5 trophies and platinums auto-popping if you've played the PS4 version, with you having absolutely no choice of it happening. Which I think is a bunch of bullshit.
That is.
Can I have an example?
So there's a few examples. So Hitman 3 is an example. Another example is Destiny 2, which I can kind of understand because it's online. I've heard, I think it is a choice with like the Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
But I think Hitman 3 and Destiny those are like the only two big ones that I can think of right now where they auto pop like without a choice. Like you load the game up, you're getting the trophies. So
well, Destiny makes sense because of the whole online aspect.
Yeah, it's the same thing if you like pull a character from the PC to your PS4, like you were gonna get trophies auto popped, which makes sense. But I don't know why like I guess I thought of this topic mainly because of Hitman 3. Like, I don't know why it's a thing, because I think I was talking about it with Katz either last night or the night before of like, oh, I'm going to do Hitman 3 on the PS4, and then he's like, well, are you going to do the PS5? And I was like, well, I was going to, and then he was kind of like, well, it auto pops, like all of it auto pops. So,
But do you have to like transfer your save over or what?
I mean, I'm assuming it's saved in the cloud. I don't know if it's an online situation, an online save situation, kind of like Destiny 2. If that's the case, I mean, it kind of makes sense, but I just, I'm not a fan of auto popping, so it kind of irritates me. But I
mean, if you have no choice with it, then that's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was just my which I think we've talked about this enough in the past of you know, doubling up games. I think to us, like, if you stack a game, as long as you're playing it, you're actually playing it both of those times, like, that's completely acceptable. But if you're gonna just stack a game to auto pop it, it's a little sketchy.
Yeah, no. I'm just curious to see like how is there like a forum or something about it?
Let me check.
How did this man break his DualSense controller in 3 weeks? Like, is he fucking hitting rocks with it or something?
Who was saying that?
I don't know. It's one of the recent forum posts right now.
So I can't find a forum post, but I mean, my thought is I don't think people would have bought this game. I mean, unless they bought it on the PS4 version, but I think you have to be connected online to play the game. So I think that your save is saved on the cloud version.
That's dumb.
Yeah. I'm also looking at the forum post right now of something I talked about earlier with how if you buy the PS5 version, you don't get the PS4 version.
What game is it where you get, if you buy the PS5, you get the I think it's Pathless or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. Interesting. So it looks like you do get the PS4 version of the game, but you have to physically be in the game to redeem it.
Oh, okay. So there's
Wait.
no code for it then. Okay.
Yeah, because this guy said you've got two options: either from the main menu of the game where you'll see a tile like the one below the first pick. If there is not, just press L2 R2 and then get to it. Second option is from the PS5 home screen and hovering Hitman 3, press the options button and go to manage game content. You'll see a second picture. Just hover over the VR access and it'll give you access to download from the PS Store. Either option should work. And I'm pretty sure it's the full PS4 game since I now have the option of switching game versions. But I haven't actually booted the PS4 version up yet, so I'm not 100% sure. The game version and PS4 5 sizes are nearly identical at 59 gigabytes each.
But either way, you need a PS5, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems that way, which is kind of dumb. But I mean, I guess if you have a PS5, you would put it in, redeem it, and then play the PS4 version. So,
Right.
I mean, I guess it's not.
Why don't you just take it back?
It's not the dumbest.
Send it back.
What do you mean take it back?
Like, send it back and tell them that they fucked up.
I mean, I may not even be playing it till I get a PS5, so.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
And I can always, if I do Hitman 1 and 2 and I go on to Hitman 3 and I don't have a PS5, I can always do Blood Money and Absolution again. And then do Hitman 3 last. So, I mean, I have options, but it is what it is.
Okay, so I'm looking here. There's something about, like, a fetching profile bug or something like that. So it looks like you are connected to, like, some kind of server.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's people that were complaining about not being, like, logged in or something. So, I just think it's the same scenario as, it has to be, like, something close to Destiny 2, where you kind of have a profile or whatever, or character. And if you transfer it between the PS3 or the PS4 to the PS5, it auto pops, or vice versa. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Destiny 2 is another one. I was looking through something the other day, and I just like, I don't know how I got onto Destiny, and then I was like looking at the trophy list for Destiny, and I was like, wait, I forgot Destiny 2 released they released a PS5 version of the game, and it's literally like all the trophies are almost above 50% because people are just auto popping them.
I think Rainbow Six Siege is like that also, I think.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. I'm about to go take a look. Siege. Yeah, I mean the platinum's a 40%, so I would think that the PS4 version is an 8%, and then the PS5 version is a 40%. So yeah, you can definitely auto pop it.
The PS5, like those games, the PS5 version is gonna be like fucked for a while, like the percentage wise.
It'll probably be fucked forever, honestly. Maybe not forever, but like for a long time.
Because like that version should probably be basically the same as like the PS4 one.
Yeah, but there's
the
3,000 game owners on the PS5 and 430,000 game owners on the PS4.
Yeah, that's true.
Little variation there.
That's true. That's true.
But no, I mean, I think it's just irritating to me because, you know, I don't mind stacking games throughout consoles, especially because if you look at a game like, if you look at anything between consoles, I mean, even like PS4 to PS5, like you're getting some sort of graphical upgrade between the consoles. It may be the same experience, but you're getting a different graphical experience, which is a different experience overall. It can be. It's like playing like AC2 on the PS3 to AC2 remastered on the PS4. Like, yeah, they're the same games, but there is a graphical difference to them, which gives you a different experience. So like, I feel like it's okay to stack them, or even if you do like region stacking, as long as you're playing the game fully, I think it's okay.
I mean, I'm generally okay with stacking if you just have to play the game again.
Yeah, like, yeah, exactly.
If it's not just automatically like popped for you, I guess we have to make like some kind of like omission now when it comes to like Destiny 2, because like eventually Destiny 2's DLC is not going to be coming out on PS4. So eventually they're gonna have to play it on PS5 if they want to keep going or whatever.
Yeah, that's the only problem that I see is like you're gonna have to actually look into it even more now to say like, oh, is this like, did they play this on the PS4 version first, and then did they play it on the PS5? When did they play it on the PS5? You know.
And then at that point, it's like too much work.
Yeah, it's like, wait, that's too much thinking at that point, which we were talking about earlier. Like, we don't want all that. But yeah. I'm with you, Waves. I'm generally okay with it as long as you play through. I know that the only argument I've ever heard to that is people saying that when you play a game twice, you have an advantage the second time you play it because you know what you're doing, compared to when you play it the first time. Which I can understand that argument, but I still don't think it's a valid argument.
I don't think it's a valid argument.
Like, what does it matter if I know exactly what I'm doing? Like, as long as I have to actually play the game, like, what the hell does it matter if I know what I'm doing this time?
It's like, should I not do Devil May Cry 3 now because I did it all back when I was a kid on the PS2? Like,
yeah, you're not allowed to play that. Sorry, if you play that, I'm gonna have to flag your trophies as illegitimate.
That's a stupid argument.
Yeah, I mean that's the only argument I've ever heard for it. I've never heard an argument of people saying, like, don't play the games you want to play if you have to actually play them. But, yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of a dumb argument.
It's like, you could, like, trace that back to, like, a bunch of games you played as a kid. Like, should I not get the Jak and Daxter plat or whatever because I did it back then?
No, matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do right now, Waves? I'm going to go flag your Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast Platinum because I know you played that on the PC back in the day.
Get all my Jak and Daxter stacks also. Like,
yeah, I'm flagging them all because you had previous knowledge before you got the platinum, and that's unacceptable.
Do the Ratchet and Clank ones also while you're there.
That's an inexcusable act. You know what you can do for me? Go ahead and flag Hitman 2, Silent Assassin, GTA 3.
Oh, we gotta flag Prince of Persia for him as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't have Prince of Persia either. So
You can flag my Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year edition because I did it before, so stupid for doing it again. Nah, but I think I it's not a. When I hear that argument, I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go play this game with my knowledge then.
I'm gonna go play this game that I've had fun playing 100,000 times again,
And I'm gonna have fun playing it 100,000 more times. So.
Oh, we gotta flag him for Crash Bandicoot because he did play that on PC.
I'm gonna go on Wave's account and flag him for everything that he played as a kid.
No, please don't do that.
Which is basically everything.
It'll be like everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Call of Duty Classic. Like,
get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Get it out of here.
Get it on out of here. Get it out of here.
Oh,
See what
Tetris.
else? Tetris.
Oh yeah, you play Tetris? If it's not the original Tetris, get it out of here, man.
Tetris Ultimate.
God of War 1, 2, and 3. I mean 1 and 2. And the PSP ones, get them out of here.
Get them all out of here. Get them out.
Pac-Man, get him out.
Sonic CD.
Sonic CD.
There you go. Look, get it out of here. Go on and get it.
Such a stupid argument. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to whoever told you that, but that's so fucking stupid.
I've not heard a lot of times, but it's just an argument that I have seen and heard. But I don't honestly, anyone with a brain, as long as you can rebut that you're playing the game, it doesn't fucking matter if you have knowledge of what you're doing. I can have knowledge of what I'm doing by reading a trophy guide, or watching someone play the game. I can have the knowledge,
like I have Ape Escape 2 on my account. Now I gotta delete it off or whatever because I played it back on the PS2.
Yeah, dude, you have to hide every single trophy list that you played on the PS2 or PC. I'm sorry, that's just the rules. If it wasn't the first time you played it, you have to hide it.
So I gotta hide Marvel Spider-Man Remastered because I played it when the game first came out.
Yup. You had previous knowledge. I'm sorry. Got it.
You had previous knowledge. You're a fucking cheater.
Oh, you want to fucking cheat, huh?
Oh my god, I gotta hide all 3 Spyro games. Those. What the fuck?
Oh, yep. Hide them. Get them out of here.
The Spyro games. Get them out of here.
Hold on, Brian. I have to ask you a question. Did you watch DSP play Immortals?
Yes.
Yep.
Prior knowledge. Get it out of here.
Get it out of here.
No, I played it before he even bought it. So.
Yeah, but you watched him play it, so you had the knowledge before you went into it. So go on and get it out of
How? I played him before you even started playing it.
AC Valhalla, you watched me play that on stream. Get it out of here.
I don't watch you on stream. I just put you on for background noise.
Secret of Mana, I emulated it on my phone. Get it out of here. Lego Harry Potter, I played that on the PS2. Get it out of here.
Yeah, get them all out. Get them all out of here.
Such a fucking stupid argument.
Wait, I mean, if you're doing that argument, then you can't. If you play Hitman 2016, you can't play Hitman 2 or Hitman 3. You got prior knowledge. Get them out of here. You can only do the first game. You can only do the first one or the last one. So pick which one you want.
That would disqualify all the Crash Bandicoots for me, all the Ratchet and Clanks for me, all the Spyros, all the Slies.
Fuck yeah! Hold on, let me look through. Let's look through my list. What am I gonna get? What do I delete from my list? So, I've done Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry 3 times, so I got to delete 2 of them.
Minecraft for me because I played that on PC first.
Yeah, I mean I'm looking good right now. I'm in the B's. I'm looking good.
Well, here's my question. I got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot sitting on that shelf. I've seen every episode of Dragon Ball Z. Is that prior knowledge to how the story goes, or what?
Yep, you know the characters. Get it out of here.
You know what the name of the moves are, so get them out. Medal of Honor Frontline would be disqualified.
Brian, you can just send it to me. I never watched it, so this is all gonna be first experience for me.
Yeah, I guess I can't. I guess I can't play that game now.
Yeah. Wait, does that mean I can't 100% Danger Zone and Danger Zone 2 and Dangerous Driver because I played Burnout?
Yep.
Get it out of here.
It's prior knowledge.
Yeah, that's prior knowledge, man. Get that out of here.
For Snickle. Well, you've seen Back to the Future.
Yeah, I watched the movie. Shit, you're right. I watched the movie. I got prior knowledge. Get it out of here.
Dante's Inferno. I read Divine Comedy. Get it out of here.
Batman. I watched the cartoon growing up. Bully.
Oh shit, Frogger Returns. I played Frogger back in the day, so get it out of here.
Hold on. Bully was on the PS2.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2. Played it on the PS1. Can't play it anymore.
Shit, the Game of Thrones games, get them out of here. I watched all the Game of Thrones.
Doom.
Doom.
GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas, GTA 3, get them out of here.
Resident Evil 3, out of here.
Wait, hold on. Does this mean I have to get rid of like Guitar Hero games?
Yeah.
Shit, I had prior
Game of Thrones as well.
Yeah, I had prior knowledge of Guitar Hero. I gotta get them all out of here.
I knew how to play guitar before I played Guitar Hero. Does that mean I can't play Guitar Hero?
Let's see. So let's get rid of Game of Thrones, Ghostbusters, GoldenEye.
Yep. Jurassic Park, get it out of here. I've watched it.
I'd have to get rid of so many games.
And it literally, any of the Lego games, throw them in the trash. You watch the movies, so you might as well just get them all out of here.
Max Payne, I seen the movie, but never played the game, so...
Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Played it in the arcade as a kid. Can't play it anymore.
Shit, that goes for Mortal Kombat as well.
Can't get the platinum anymore. Darn.
Prior knowledge.
Need for Speed, I know how to drive a car.
I knew how to drive a car. any racing game, get it out of here. I had prior knowledge of how to drive a car, so you just got to get them all out.
Enemy Front. I read a book about World War II. Can't get it out of here.
Any Star Wars game? Yep, I knew all the characters before, so get them all out. Just throw them all in the trash.
Saw movies. I seen all the Saw movies. So.
Homefront. I watched Red Dawn.
Wait, does this mean you can't play sequels to games now because you have prior knowledge of the games that came before?
Yeah.
Is that where we're going? So shit, god damn.
I can't play X-Men Origins Wolverine anymore because I watched the movie.
Shoot,
Stickle, you can't play any golf games.
Yeah,
because you know how to play golf.
I know how to play golf in real life.
Prior knowledge.
Yeah, prior knowledge.
I can't play NASCAR anymore because I know how to turn left.
Darn, prior knowledge. Get it out of here. Look, I have Shaun White snowboarding, and I knew that Shaun White snowboarded before I played the game. So, prior knowledge. I got to get it out of here.
You got Toy Story 3.
Yeah, I saw it before, I played the game, so...
Untitled Goose Game. I seen a goose in real life.
Yeah, I saw a goose steal some bread in real life, so I knew it was going to be in the game, so that's prior knowledge. I gotta... 5 dates? I mean, I didn't go on 5 dates, but I know how dating apps work, so I gotta get it out of here.
Wolfenstein's about Nazis. I wrote a book about Nazis, so...
Wait, you knew about World War II before it happened, so...
Yeah, so
prior knowledge. Get it out of here.
Shit.
Alien Isolation. I watched all the Alien movies.
Walking Dead? Yep, see ya.
Zombie Army Trilogy is a mod for Sniper.
Sniper Elite V2. I played Sniper Elite V2, so I gotta get it out of here. God, could you imagine if that was the mindset? Holy shit. You wouldn't be able to play any game.
All those PS2 games on the PS4, you just can't play them anymore.
PS2 to PS4, get it out of here. Even though they don't make them anymore, get it out.
Okami, nah, fuck you. Fuck you, you can't play that game anymore.
Shadow of the Colossus, nope, get it out. The Last Guardian, that's been a teaser for 10 years. Can't play it, sorry.
My name is Mayo. I know what a mayo jar looks like.
Yeah, but do you know what a mayo jar looks like with a bra on? See, that one's got some diversity to it, so it's acceptable.
But that means we can't play My Name Is Mayo 2, though.
Have you ever played Flappy Bird with a mayo jar?
Oh,
you don't have prior knowledge, dude.
No, you have prior knowledge because you just said it's Flappy Bird. So if you play Flappy Bird, you have prior knowledge.
But you didn't play Flappy Bird with a mayo jar, so it's a different experience.
You can't be changing the rules like that, because then if I watch the movies for Alien, but I haven't played an Alien game, then I can play Alien Isolation.
No. I'm saying no. I'm saying, like, if you watch the Alien games, but then the Alien was like the Cheetos guy, you could play the game even if it was like the same concept, because like you never played a game where you're getting chased by the Cheeto man. But but with this, yes, I know what Flappy Bird is, but I've never played Flappy Bird with a mayo jar. So that's a new experience. Like that's a new experience right there.
Well, so is that? Can you play Mud Runner? But we've all played in the mud.
Shit.
You did Snow Runner, but you've thrown the snowball before.
Yeah, but
see,
but I never drove a big truck in the snow.
No, but you know how snow works. So
fuck yeah, you're right.
Prior knowledge.
And I've driven a car too. So yeah, I got double prior knowledge there. So that's definitely got to go.
Dark Souls. I read about medieval stuff. Prior knowledge. This is getting stupid.
Any Assassin's Creed game, get it out of here. That's all about history, prior knowledge.
Based in history, you learned about it in class. Get it out of here.
Any zombie game, get it out of here. You know what zombies were before you got into it, so get it out.
We just shows how stupid that argument is.
I think
we spent way too long on that.
Yeah, I think we spent a good 10 minutes on that joke, which is worth it.
We killed that joke now.
Yeah, we'll move on. We're reaching our limits anyway, so
this is when we all have lack of sleep.
We started this topic at 2:17:31.
Yeah, it's a half an hour later. I wouldn't say lack of sleep. I'm definitely gonna go play Hitman after this, but yeah,
this episode, we're just gonna title this episode Chaos.
Chaos.
Yes.
I mean, but to be fair, isn't that every week?
Because this one went way off the rails, way too much.
This one was way more chaotic than any other one.
That's true. That is true.
During the part where we were supposed to talk about what games we've been playing, we talked about. We talked about how games were packaged. We talked about.
Dude, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We just go off the rails. It's how it turns out. Nothing wrong with that. All right, I think we'll try to wrap this episode up. I say try because I don't know if we'll be able to. But those are our topics this week. Like I said earlier, if you guys do have any topics, you can either leave them below in the comments. You can add us on Twitter. You can join the Discord server and leave any way to get in contact with any of us. You know, all the socials are below, so you can message any of us, and we will try to form it into a upcoming episode, and hopefully it will be as entertaining as that was.
And like Stickle said at the very beginning, if you like the content, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment if you want.
Yeah. Share this with your friends and family, and maybe one day we'll get sponsored by, Papa John's or Monster, Ubisoft. That'd be kind of cool, but
we talk about Assassin's Creed enough, so.
If you had that stuffed crust Papa John's pizza,
bro.
All of it. Don't get us on our topic.
I'm sorry.
I'm so
that pizza's really good.
I'm so fucking hungry. I'm about to go eat this mac and cheese after we get off this. I think I have a mac and cheese addiction.
Please leave a comment below with any topic.
Everybody have a good night.
Thank you for watching. For listening to the Rogue Hunters podcast.
Yeah, they can't watch this shit.
They can watch it. It's got some cool visuals that take me 8 hours to render.
Yeah, that's true.
Thanks for listening to the Rogue Hunters podcast.
Yeah, thanks for turning in this week, guys. And we will catch you next week. Have fun trophy hunting or gaming.
One of the two.
All right, I'm about to go take a piss and then fuck this mac and cheese up.